Stay podcast.
No, Mike. Matt, turn on the auto tune.
Please, brother. Please.
So, good evening. Twilight is having technical difficulties. He does not have admin privileges right now, so I did that because it's going to kick me off. So, welcome to Save State Podcast, episode 21 of season 2. We are joined here by a stellar cast of super nerds and Monto. So, yes. As always, we have the old guy co-host below me, Mr. Twilight Tech, who's having some technical difficulties tonight. How are you doing, brother?
Would be better if my heroes would stop updating. I would be much better, but I'm great, dude. I can't
told
complain.
you, bro, when you were like, "Oh, Temu got these arrows for $14." I'm like, I don't know about those,
Hey, bro, you're full of crap.
I don't know about those, bro. I'm pretty sure arrows not spelled with the UI. I mean, I'm just saying. But anyway, in the top right-hand corner, we got the man with the second coolest hair tonight, Mr. Monto Tech from the Mox. The Mox.
I'm still ironing it out.
Yeah, it'd be better without the end. The Mox.
I thought it sounded better in theory. But what up, everyone? How we doing?
Appreciate it. And this week, our friend, the super nerd himself, Carrie the Phawx. How you doing, brother?
How's it going, guys? Thank you guys for having me again.
We're thrilled to have you back on. And like I said, Carrie's got the coolest hair.
No. Definitely not. Monto's definitely got me beat. 100% easy.
Okay.
No, so there's times when my hair cooperates. It's not like I had to fix this. It's not anywhere. Once, there's moments where I go full Super Saiyan, but today is not
Super Saiyan.
Whoa.
You see how modest he is, bro?
Yeah.
He's like, I'm just Goku right now. I'm just...
No, this is nothing. This is I'm just nothing right now. I got nothing here.
Is Dragon Ball your favorite anime?
Yes, yeah. So I actually found there was an import shop near me that had them on VHS tape. So they were actually recorded on VHS tape. I watched them in 1994, before they were even on the US, any era. And I bought the entire collection. I'd go and buy a tape, come back, buy another tape. So these were all VHS recordings that were then subtitled. And I don't know how this got around, but you just find these places. So there's an import shop that I got that from. And I watched it the whole way through. And then I watched the original Dragon Ball. And we don't talk about GT. But yeah, by far, I would say that Dragon Ball is still my favorite anime and one that I continue to watch periodically every now and again. Dragon Ball Super was really good. I haven't caught up on the latest ones, but generally how it comes down to is like Shonen Jump type of stuff is the stuff that I just align with generally. Outside of that, there are some other neat stuff. Record of the Lotus War, Japanese D&D anime. It's pretty good.
That's awesome, man. That is awesome. I'm not going to ask you what you're playing this week because I already know, but we're going to get to it, and I think it's a great topic of discussion. Monto, what are you playing this week?
I've been playing the new Twilight Princess port.
Surprise.
Listen, another day, another Zelda game. That's my motto. But I've been playing it on I just streamed a couple days ago, but I've been playing
I saw that back to your 4-hour
handhelds.
live streams. I'm like, dude, this guy is.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
But check this out. I was running it on the Magic X 040 here.
Nice.
35.
Or Magic X 135. I can't. They're just brilliant names.
I wish I had admin privileges so I could hit that meme like, ew, brother, ew.
So this actually runs it between 30 and 50 FPS. It's not bad for an $85 handheld.
Yeah.
I like that color. That color of it too.
I actually really like that handheld. I mean, I only played GBA.
I wanted the black one. I asked them to send the black one. And they're like, say less. Got you. Everyone showed up, and I'm like, God damn it.
Oh my God. Tula, what about you? What are you playing anything this week?
Yeah, I'm playing Neverness to Everness. I'm not telling anybody to play it. It's a time sink. It's a gotcha game. It's a wallet stealer. It's absolutely fun though. I know other people in our group that's playing it and have $100 in with $0 spent
Insane.
and have had a good time. So, but I also know other people in our groups that are already over $300 or $400 in. So yeah, I wouldn't recommend it, but it is a very fun game. You can play for free and have a good time. But if you start wanting to get more characters and do all the extra stuff, you're gonna drop that. You're gonna drop that dollar. Other than that, I actually Lee, the handheld hoarder, was did a stream last night on his channel,
He did do
showing
it.
people how
Oh
to use
man, I missed
Game
it.
Native.
He did do it.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
he was gonna do that. He's amazing with that stuff, dude.
He's so freaking good. He knows all the ins and outs. He knows how to set up the containers and tinker around with all
That's
the
so
different
awesome.
everything.
Watch
So
that stream. We'll link it in the thing because he was telling me what he was planning, what device he's planning to do. I'm like, dude, that is awesome. So definitely watch it.
well,
Anyway, go
so
ahead.
he had to narrow it down a bit. He did only go RP5, RP6 last night, just because he didn't want to have like 10 devices right there doing it on all these different devices. But he said he will be doing another episode next Wednesday. So, but he played. I bring it up because another game that I started today is called Cast and Chill, and he showed that on that stream, and I had never seen that. I love fishing games. I don't know why. I don't know what it is. It might be just because I like fishing. so yeah, Cast and Chill,
That's
dude.
dope.
Nice little
That's dope.
retro inspired
Oh, yeah.
style fishing game.
That aesthetic is really nice. I really enjoy it. That's a pretty looking game.
Yeah, I think
it's beautiful.
Sujano was going on and on about how great of a game it is. It's one of his, like, he always installs it on every device.
Dude, you could just see that he should just have that as like his backdrop.
Yeah,
like he can have
it
Cast
does.
and
It
Chill
looks
as his
like it's
backdrop.
something. Yeah, that's really
yeah.
funny.
It'll have him going by on the boat.
Yeah. And the cat sticking out. Yeah, that's really good, really good. I started playing Alabaster Dawn. I'm digging it, but I also am a Metroidvania freak, and there's one called Mio. It's like Memories in Orbit or something.
I think
It's
I know
like
this.
a classic Metroidvania. Very kind of I don't know how to describe it. It's kind of artsy, kind of pixely, but it's a lot of fun. It's like
I'm
a
aware of
real
this.
classic Metroidvania type game.
Yep, yeah, I'm
Really
aware
good.
of this.
Yeah, so that's kind of been. Oh, and the other thing too is that I've been on an older device thing or mess around. I've been messing around with this freaking Ineal slide. Just giving it a shot, talking about it's fun. I did put Steam OS on it and I did not like it. So I went back to Windows on it. I tried, and I didn't like it.
I'm glad you mentioned SteamOS. I actually brought something I wanted to talk about. I don't want to go long on it unless other people have takes on it. But
mine should be here tomorrow.
Sneak peek.
Yeah, I got the Steam controller. I've been putting it through its paces, and I do have some thoughts on it. I'll be making a video on it here soon. But I really, first of all, I'll say I really like the texture on this thing. Like the texture, I don't know what they did here, but it has like kind of like a little semi grippy feel to it, like almost gritty. And I really like that feel to it. I love the stick orientation. You guys know I like first person shooters, and I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna feel. I use a G7 Pro from Gamester, and before that an Xbox Elite controller, and I'm so like my muscle memory knows nothing but Xbox layout, and so I got into this. I got into Battlefield 6. I would say second match, I'm getting headshots with the sniper, no problem. It was amazing. My one major caveat for this, and another thing was that I don't realize how much I dropped my thumb down to hit that D-pad, and there's no D-pad here. But then I realized that they mapped the trackpad to imitate a D-pad, which was phenomenal. And but the one major caveat I have is that it's a Steam controller, right? Like, and with that being said, like you can only use it with Steam. So, and that's not groundbreaker for everybody. Like you could add most games as a non-Steam game even if you're not playing it from Steam. But like I said, I've been playing NTE, and NTE
I like
uses
the Xbox layout.
it uses. I love the
Yeah, I
Xbox layout
love
too.
that.
So NTE uses its own launcher, and with NTE using its own launcher,
Xbox
even
layout.
when I launch it from Steam, I can't use the controller. So that's where the limitations
Look
are.
up Scissor, SISR.
Scissor? Okay.
Yeah,
I'm gonna look that up.
it'll make your Steam controller be an X input controller to Windows.
Oh, sweet, dude. Okay.
Yeah, so then you can play Game Pass and all the other stuff there.
Spell it again for me.
SISR, Scissor. It used to
Oh.
be Slossy, but then that was a terrible name. So now
yeah, I remember when it was Slossy. I was like, what the
yeah,
hell?
whatever. Yeah, it's Scissor now. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm gonna look
I'm a
that
big
up.
fan of Xbox layout, but I like Xbox layout because it's analog dominant.
Yeah.
The asymmetric layout being analog dominant. I don't mind D-pad dominant when I'm playing D-pad type of games. I have the Steam controller as well. I got it a few days ago. My main goal for the Steam controller is to get better at gyro. I've just seen so many people, not so many people. I have seen a few select individuals using a DualSense in like Counter-Strike, playing against Counter-Strike professionals.
Dude, with that flick shot,
dude, being being nasty with gyro. So I've seen people. I know deep down how good gyro is. So when I saw the Steam controller was there, it had that grip activated gyro, and I don't really like the grip activation. It's either too sensitive or not sensitive enough, and you can tune it up, but I haven't found a place where I can really dial it in where I can feel like I can activate or deactivate it as I need. So instead, what I've done is that I've enabled gyro when I lift my right thumb off of the analog stick on the right analog stick, which is typically the camera. So I don't want both of them competing. I don't want to be using a right analog stick with gyro at the same time because that'll be just competing movement. So I do it when I take my thumb off. And so far, that works for my brain. And there's a ton of other tuning features that you can do for gyro, like a ton. So you can change so your XY. I tighten down on the vertical side. So effectively, my gyro is basically an elongated oval.
Yeah.
And that I can whip around real fast. And now I'm just trying to like tune up what like a default profile will be, because then there's other parts on top of it, because other games have different ways that they have mouse control, and you kind of have to tune that up per game. So basically I have to find a good profile that I could save. And then from there you kind of tweak sensitivity and then save your profile for that game. So it's a bit of stuff that they have to do, but unfortunately the whole bit around that is just because companies don't make games with Steam input in mind. They always do X input in mind. So if they don't have that, you kind of have all these layers broken. So you're only basically translating into those layers. So that's why we have this kind of not great system. But I'm hoping that I can, like, I'm going to make a Steam controller video like after 100 days, like 100 days of me trying to learn how to use gyro. Let's see where I am.
So I'm curious. Do you think, like, because we have like one of the things that is fantastic about Steam input is like the community layouts, right? Do you think like what you're doing there with fine tuning your gyro? Do you think that gyro inputs will be included in community layouts, or no?
They could be, but I don't think that it's valuable to any degree because everyone goes into gyro in a different way. And there's a communities, like I'm on a Discord for the Steam controller type of stuff, and there's people that are hardcore into this, and it's hilarious because they talk to me about it, and they're like, oh yeah, you got to ratchet into it. And I'm like, all right, yeah, ratchet into it. Sure, I don't know what that means, but they have their own terminology for how they use gyro, and like there's like I forget what they call it. There was like deep, it's like there's basically an idea for 360 revolution. So if you were to, I'm going to explain it to because it's easier when you visualize it. So this is what I was saying, like per game is if you were to go like this and make a full 360, every game has a different full 360 motion that you can kind of look around. And that's what you kind of have to tune into. You need to find what that 360 number is and then make a ratio of that with your gyro. And for different people, it's different. That's why I don't think that you're going to find something that a community profile will work. Where it will work is for generalized input. Goes Gamer Steam controller. Oh, he did. I didn't know that he did a Steam controller review. I know that he wanted one. I didn't know that he got it. That's nice. I haven't used the D-pad on it at all. I'm mostly gyro focused on it. I'm not a big fan of. Well, I shouldn't say that. I did not really engage with the D-pad at all. I am a D-pad snob. I have always pushed for dome-based D-pads. Thankfully, AYN always went in that direction.
Yes,
So it's like, and like my major contribution to that, I think, is like I had asked GPD to copy the Sony PS Vita D-pad for one of their devices, and they put it in the GPD Win Max 1 in 2019. And ever since then, it's kind of like, okay, the PS Vita D-pad is like the holy grail of D-pads. And like you can see like AYN and they all kind of went down that same route, which I'm fine with. Once I played on the PS Vita D-pad, I still find the PS Vita D-pad to be like the actual goat of D-pads. And then the Xbox Series has that. They have dome-based D-pads and then membrane-based face buttons, which I'm completely fine with. Then a lot of people say it's too loud or this, that, and the other, and I don't care. I just care about tactility, like fidelity, making sure that I can feel when I press a button, and if I can hear it, that's fine as well. But that's a whole other digression that we went into the D-pads. Ultimately, for the Steam controller, hopefully after 100 days, I can find out how good I can get with being on Gyro.
Yeah. I think it's an awesome controller. I think that over time it's only going to get better, and I'm going to look into that third party work.
Yeah, Scissor
input.
Yeah.
I also really quick, I just wanted to show our friends over at Dbrand sent over a bunch of skins, so I just wanted to show that they do have skins out for the Steam controller already.
Nice.
You know, and
oh hell yeah, topography.
Yeah, they have. So they like basically the ones that they have for every other device. They have the same skins, including the touch grass and all of those. So, pretty cool, dude. They got to it really quick, and I just I don't know. I'm gonna use one, but at the same time, I really like the texture of the controller itself. So it's a tough fight for me. Yeah.
While we're talking, and I alluded to it a little bit earlier. Gary, tell us what you're playing. And I know you put a video out on it, but tell us.
Oh yeah, so I got Forza Horizon 6 2 weeks ago now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow, I'm jelly.
Yeah, so I've been playing it for a while, and I loved Forza Horizon 5 a bunch.
Me too.
And Forza Horizon 6 feels a lot of the same. They have a few different things that they put on there to kind of have this constant stream of like progression going on. But I find it so weird because it's a game that I feel like if someone read a description of like, oh yeah, it's a racing game with this like open road thing, and you can kind of just drive around in this place and try out different cars, I'd be like, all right, yeah, I guess that's kind of cool. But for some reason, I find it endlessly entertaining to constantly drive around. And in Japan, there is many times where I am legitimately just like, I will pull up into like a cliff edge and see a mountain in the distance. I'm like, I guess I'll go over there. And many times I can, and sometimes I can't. But yeah, I think just being able to just drive quite literally anywhere. And then they have tons of stuff on the mini map where it's not really like Ubisoft, where Ubisoft has this like kind of map fatigue going on of like, do all this stuff, because it's more like just collectibles. So it's just like, here, get this thing. And it's like, okay, that's done. It's not this like, do this, and then you have this side quest. It's more just like, get it done. And then they have Easter egg hunts and stuff as you're driving around where there's like barn finds. Barn. Yeah. So I don't know. I find it endlessly fun. It looks amazing on PC. I've been using a 9070 XT for a lot lately, and just maxing that out is surprising how well it plays. So very interesting.
Dude, I've been waiting. I've been impatiently waiting for Forza 6. I love the Horizon series. Like you said, the barn finds. This always feels great when you find a barn find. You find one of those old cars or something. And then too, like just driving around, just the exploration of the world is phenomenal. It's super fun. You'll find yourself on a street where it's like they'll give you a quick little quest. Like I like what you said. It's like they're not giving you like, oh, this extended or drug out quest. It's like the quest is right there. Like, hey, from this light pole to that light pole, let's beat this time.
One thing that I do find interesting in FH5, I was constantly using hypercars to drive around everywhere, and in FH6. I'm not using them at all, mostly because I'm spinning around like crazy. Like I can't catch any traction whatsoever. So I have legitimately been using a Mitsubishi Lancer for everything, and I'm having so much fun because I'm handbraking around every turn, and it feels so good. Like I'm like hitting these turns like a legit pro. So yeah, I'm just having endless fun, not going crazy fast in the hypercar, but going fast enough in.
Do you drive in Forza manual or automatic?
No, I just do the default, so it's automatic. I don't have any heavy damage. I don't have any heavy simulation on. You can change all that stuff in the options. You can make it more of a simulation. You can actually totally wreck your car in the options if you wish. But I find it way more fun to do this. I'm trying to spin that. Okay, sorry, it's a really good game.
DLSS 5 support, 4.5 support as of 2 days ago. I didn't know that.
Yeah, DLSS. So it has the full range. So FSR4 as well. So if you have any handheld, especially RDNA 3, RDNA 3.5 handhelds, and you're on like CashOS or anything, you can use Proton GE. CashOS has their own version of Proton 11 now that has all of the FSR4 flags already enabled. So you can actually just make a config file that will automatically enable FSR4 across the board for every game without having to do pre-patch per game. So it's way more seamless and a lot easier. You will get a performance hit doing int 8 instead of FP88. So just be mindful of that. But the image quality is markedly improved over FSR2 and FSR3. So I still advise it. But yeah, it's exciting days.
Dude. Somebody in the live chat was asking which controller have you been playing Forza with?
I've been playing. So I made a video called Windows Failed You and how to turn your Windows PC into a console.
I remember that.
And it's like 3 things that you can do to just use an Xbox controller to like wake your machine up from sleep, automatically turn inputs. So if you have your input on and you just press the Xbox button, it'll switch the input for you automatically as well. Do all that so that it becomes more of a console-like experience. So I have been using my my console PC for a while, which has my 9070 XT on it. And I also just recently started playing it with the Steam controller just to see how it felt. And I was surprised as well. The symmetrical analog stick layout does not quite feel like a DualSense or a DualShock. No. It feels more like an Xbox controller, despite the fact that it's symmetrical analog stick layout, which is curious. I did not think I would feel that way. Ultimately, it's a very comfortable controller. So those are the only 2 controllers I've used. I still typically prefer an Xbox Series controller, generally for general input. But I'm going to be forcing myself with a Steam controller now.
Nice. Nice. Very cool. That's pretty awesome. While we're talking about FH6, did you guys see the article about apparently it leaked? Well, first off, FH6 doesn't come out officially to the 19th of this month. So we got like 5 days left, right? Mm-hmm. And did you see that apparently something happened where they were putting some data on SteamDB and it got released accidentally and a bunch of people got it and were playing it and they were I guess they're logging in with their Xbox accounts because they're geniuses and they got them banned and stuff.
That's so one of the things that FH6 does on login is challenge you to sign in with an Xbox account, even on Steam, which is what I have it on. But that's what it first does. So I don't know why they would log into their
geniuses.
That's on a pirated.
It's like they can clearly know who's doing what. So that's, I don't know, not the best of choices.
No joke, man. I mean,
it's like that show, World's Dumbest Criminals. You know?
Yeah, man. Yeah. So I mean, it's
they like sneak in through the vents and then sneak out the front door. Yeah. Like, what are you guys doing?
Right past the camera, right? Like,
Due to cheating, unallowed modding, you have been suspended for information. Visit aka.ms Forza ban info. Forza community.
That's a suspicious URL. What is aka.ms?
Look at that unbanned. Look at the year of the unbanned date.
Yeah, $99.99. That's a lifetime bet. Yeah, insane.
Several lifetimes.
Yeah, no joke, man. Pretty nuts. I saw that. Thought that was pretty funny, and I had seen it, and I thought Kerry, because I know he's had it and he's pre-testing it. So I'm not a huge Forza. I'm not a huge racing person game, and I said I'm thinking about Forza maybe if it's on Game Pass maybe. Then I watched your video today, and then you were talking about kind of the free roaming in Japan, and I was watching. I'm like, that looks really freaking cool, man. I kind of want to play that. You know what I really want? Have you seen the Gamester? What was that thing called we saw CS guys? The Swift Drive.
Swift Drive.
Swift Drive.
Have you seen the Gamester Swift Drive controller?
No, no.
So it's the controller. It's got asymmetrical sticks, but the sticks are nubs. And the reason why the sticks are nubs is because there's a freaking steering wheel in the middle, and it's got like full HD rumble feedback on it. And we played with it to see a freaking amazing controller, man. It's I thought that would be really cool to play Forza.
Got like a rubbery texture on
that
it.
force feedback.
It's got a ton of vibration.
Yeah. I thought it was pretty cool.
It's psychotic. But it's great.
I'm a big fan of, like, I want that so bad, but I don't have the space for it at all. I don't know when I will have the space for it. The problem with me is, like, whenever I think about any type of HOTAS setup or a racing sim setup, is that the environment, like how much space it requires, is not conducive for the amount of space that I have, which means that the only way that I'd be able to do that is that I'd have to set it up for in the moment to play. And if it takes me 20 minutes to set up, I'm not going to do it at all. And that's my biggest problem with that. So I feel like if I ever want to have like a real nice racing setup, I have to have the space where it's always set up, that I'll just be like, okay, let me jump into this and start playing. And then I think I would have a blast.
Yeah. I'm not going to do that shit if I want to play.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
Yeah. I think that's kind of what's fun about that the little Swift Drive thing. It's like it's literally the size of a controller, but it's just got a wheel in the middle. It's
and
so
it's
weird.
just got two nubs for sticks. So that way, if you're playing like GTA or something, and you want to get out and walk around.
Was that a custom Xbox Series controller you had?
I just shell swapped it.
Oh, okay, nice. Yeah, it's a nice.
Yeah, it's I think it's an extreme rate. It's like the classic.
Yeah. Oh, right. Okay, it looks good.
Yeah, it's super easy, honestly, compared to some other shell swaps I've done.
Compared to the PS5 controllers, which are a nightmare to take apart.
I haven't even touched
PS5
those.
controllers are insane to take apart. While we're talking about controllers, have any of you guys accidentally dropped your Steam controller?
Oh, the Wilhelm scream? No, I didn't bother.
Oh, the Wilhelm scream.
Oh my God! So there's apparently like
about
an Easter egg
one.
or something that it's got.
Guess you could call it that.
You slide it or something, and it has some kind of scream, and I'm like, okay, how many RMAs are people going to attempt because they broke the Steam controller trying to get this thing to scream with them? You know, what I mean?
The interesting thing, I was thinking about making a stupid video like this because in Steam itself there is a Find My Steam controller button, and it makes a phone ringing sound.
That's hysterical.
So I was going to be like, call Gabe and then have it like ring and then just make that the video, just to have a stupid thing because we're seeing a bunch of silly videos about what a controller sounds makes. Yeah, so I'm sure there's going to be other Easter eggs on there. I mean, I should probably try the Konami code on it. I'm sure someone already has and nothing has happened, or maybe something has and I don't know.
That's pretty brilliant. I never think of that kind of stuff, man. I'm just so thrilled to get it. I didn't think about trying the Konami code and stuff like that, man.
I'll give it a whirl. I'll try it and see what happens. And just
how far do you have to drop this thing to make it do the scream?
I think it's like 2 feet. 2 feet. You have to drop it.
That's so funny.
I'm a pass. I just thought that was pretty.
First thing I'm doing.
Yeah.
What else we got here? What else?
Kicking the tires.
Kicking the tires. Oh, Monto, you were talking about Dusk earlier, right? I meant to ask you: have you seen the HD Tech Packs? You guys. He touched on it briefly. So there's a port of Twilight Princess, and it's PC, Linux, and Android, right?
And iOS.
And there's like an HD texture pack for it. Just supposedly looks amazing. So I'm gonna tell you, actually, I've never played Twilight Princess.
Same.
Both of you guys never played?
The last time I played it before this, like the last time that I actually played it more than 30 minutes was
wasn't it on the Wii? Wasn't a Wii title?
It was on the Wii.
Yeah, I think
I used it.
Shoot the bow and arrow with the.
Well, I used it to hack my Wii. There is a you would do an exploit by basically like it was like the Twilight Princess equivalent of a BLJ, and you would just backwards move in a certain area, and then it would exploit it, and that's how you hacked your Wii. So that's how I hacked my Wii back in like 07, 08.
That's pretty wild, man. That's pretty wild. I dig it.
But since then, no, I just never played it again. That the tutorial part of the game is grueling. I'm not gonna lie.
Like boring,
it's
grueling,
like
or just hard.
It's so boring. It's like an hour and a half to just even see combat. I mean, it's like an hour to see combat. It's like an hour and a half.
I wouldn't
to
make
get
it
out
through
of
that.
The first area.
I'm not gonna lie. If it's that long, I'd get bored and
that whole generation of we need to increase the growth of how many games are playing is like, oh, there's a bunch of people that know how to play games, but those people aren't enough. We need more people to come in here, and then that didn't work out. So now we have this glut of games that have just mind-boggling amounts of tutorials that no one likes.
Yeah.
Which was one of the reasons why I actually loved Breath of the Wild, because Breath of the Wild
was great.
Yeah, off you go. Like we're not going to tell you anything, and then you just figure things out on your own. And I absolutely loved the Breath of the Wild, and it was the closest thing I felt to the original Legend of Zelda. That's probably why I liked it so much. I hope that we get away from way too much tutorials, but that entire time of like really trying to coach people that were not used to games is such a drag for people. It's like press A to jump. It's like, oh God, you're taking 10 seconds to tell me this when I already know. Please, let's go forward. You're burning my time.
It keeps giving the same message for like half an hour.
Yeah,
first half of the game's like, all right, I got it. That's the first time. Yeah.
I haven't played it in a long time. I actually played the Wii version because I thought it would have been better. And I did not know that they switched it up because Link is left-handed, and in Wii U when they mirrored it so that he'd be right-handed. Interesting stuff, but that's the one that I played. I probably go back to the GameCube version myself with HD texture packs. Maybe I just care about retro achievements, to be quite honest. So that's where I would go first and just play that way.
Fair enough. Do you have a favorite Zelda game? I think I know what Monto's is, but I'm curious. Do you have one?
Breath of the Wild is probably up there, second one, but that's a tie for the original Legend of Zelda. Those are my absolute favorite. And then underneath that is Link to the Past.
Okay. So Link to the Past would be my first choice. I'm Monto. Am I guess wrong when I'm saying Ocarina of Time is your favorite?
It's probably my favorite. I haven't decided, but
you played the shit out of that game.
I do. I still do. The randomizers for Breath of the Wild and Majora's Mask and with Ship of Harkinian and Ship 2 Harkinian, they're just so nice. It's so good. I love randomizers. That's been my latest kick. But yeah, I'd say Breath of the Wild is also very much up there, because it feels just so real, because there's no tutorial. It's like, hey, this is just your life. Have fun.
It is. Breath of the Wild was such a breath of fresh air. The Breath of the Wild was so good for me. Like a lot of people really didn't like the weapon durability mechanics that were built into the game. I wound up really liking it, and I played through the game once, then I got the DLC, and then I played through Master Mode again, and I beat all that. I think I have like Nintendo gives you like how long you played. I have like 250 hours into Breath of the Wild.
Good God, dude.
Yeah.
But going through the Master Trials on Master Mode is legitimately difficult. Like it is hard because of all the weapon durability stuff, and you have no gear and you're building it up as you're going along. You really have to lean heavy into all the systemic parts of the IMSIM types of mechanics that are in Breath of the Wild to actually beat it. And when you do, it's like you feel like, oh, okay, you're really leaning in all these systems to really like get the most out of the game. And once you do, that's for me is when it was like really clicking, where like it doesn't matter to me if my stuff is breaking all the time. It's part of the game. But I get where people are coming from.
That's funny because I am on that same camp of that's probably my only grief with it. I'm just not a fan of the weapons and shields and stuff mechanic breaking, and I'm just like,
yeah. Russ was like that. He said that he put in cheats basically to not have that, and he was like, oh, I love the game a whole bunch more, and I don't really care. Like, it's fine. For me, the biggest one that I don't like is Tears of the Kingdom, and it's like, that doesn't make sense because it's basically Breath of the Wild plus. And for me, the part of Legend of Zelda that I love is mystery, curiosity, and being rewarded for figuring out specific puzzles. And there's lots of times where I have solved a Zelda puzzle I remember when I don't even know, when did Link to the Past come out? I was 13, 12.
A long time ago, okay.
Yeah, when Link to the Past came out. And and I remember there's in this ice cave, right? And I'm going all in this dungeon all around. And I'm like, what in the world do they want me to do here? And there's 2 statues and a door, and I have no keys and nothing. And I'm like, there is nothing for me, but I have to do something with these guys. And I take I didn't know this was jutsu. No worries. The statue, and I pull on the tongue, and that opened it up. And that eureka moment that I had of like literally spending an hour in that dungeon, going everywhere, bombing things that I thought would just open up nonsense, like literally trying everything that I could remember from the original Legend of Zelda. Like, okay, I'm missing something. What am I missing? And I got fixated on the 2 statues. I'm like, okay, it has to be this, because that's what they do. And that's one of the things that I loved about original Legend of Zelda is you would get to a room that has like 3 rocks or 3 trees, and that's it. It's like, that's a curious number. Why is there just 3 here? Like, and then you would like put fire on it, you bomb a rock, or you do something and it would open it up and you find a secret. And that type of stuff is in Breath of the Wild, where you just be running and you would see 3 trees on a cliff. And I was like, what the hell is that? So then you go, and then there's like apples, and you throw apples, and then you get a Korok seed, which is kind of lame. But that curiosity, I spent 20 minutes going to just climb that cliff end over there just because. And that is what I like about Legend of Zelda, is the curiosity and mystery and solving puzzles that are specific. And Tears of the Kingdom was like, here's a puzzle, make a bridge out of a whole bunch of glue and parts, and just, that works. Okay. And then you could just brute force your way through so many answers where I wasn't even thinking. I was just like, okay, let me just glue a bunch of parts. Okay, here I am. And I solved it. And then there's other times, what was it, the fire dungeon or fire area of Tears of the Kingdom, where I purposefully like flew down low and then warped up into the dungeon, and I like sequence broke the whole thing. And I'm like, this just kind of sucks. Like, I'm not really solving anything. I'm just like smashing my face through this game to solve it. And that's not what Zelda games are. Like, for me, it was like just nuts and bolts. And it's like, okay, I have these tools. That's kind of fun. But this isn't a Zelda game. And that's where I really didn't like Tears of the Kingdom. And, you know, people, you know, say, no, it's actually, you know, it says it's a Zelda game right on the box. I'm like, it can say whatever it pleases. That's not a Zelda game. But I have my own definition of what a Zelda game is, and I feel like Tears of the Kingdom is far removed from what an actual Zelda game is supposed to be.
I enjoyed the hell out of Breath of the Wild, but you're right; it doesn't feel like an NES Zelda or a Link to the Past Zelda, or even an Ocarina of Time. There's a different feel to it, so I get what you're saying with that.
Yeah, like, dude, Ocarina of Time. I remember I was like 15 when Ocarina of Time came out. I distinctly remember being Kid Link, and remember N64 had first analog stick. I remember when I go into the Temple of Time and the Master Sword's ahead of me, I did not run to it. I like slow walked to it as Link, and I was just like, this is a momentous occasion. And this is only like, you know, 30% into the game, but I made it dramatic. No one's around, no one's looking, but I'm taking my time getting there. And if like, that's how palpable that was to me. And it was just like that. That's like where Zelda is my favorite series by far, in so far as like gaming series. 100% Zelda is my top tier.
So listening to him talk about that, I had in my head his Link character doing the Vince McMahon walk up to the sword. Is what I
no, like it was not the Vince McMahon. It wasn't the old bravado. It was like this solemn, like, oh shit, like, you know, just like, you know, there's nothing going on. There's no immediate danger. There's nothing happening. It's just you as Kid Link, slow, like, and a distance between, you know, to get to the sword. And that whole thing is like, I don't know. You can feel. I'm really big. So Miyamoto is absolutely one of my favorite creators, and he often uses, which is not really documented, but a lot of people know about it. It's called the Rule of Three. Have you guys ever heard of it before?
Star
So-
Wars.
In what context?
In every game that Miyamoto has ever made, and it's in every Nintendo game. Super Mario Brothers 3. How many times do you have to hit an enemy before you beat it?
Oh yeah, 3 cycling everything. Yeah.
And but that goes for everything. That goes so like when you get a new item in a Nintendo game, it's the introduction to the item. Then they reinforce the item, and then they twist. And that's the Nintendo secret rule of 3. They introduce, they enhance it, make it make you understand it, and then they twist the idea of no longer making it bigger, better, which is the clear sense of using it, but twist the idea in another direction that you did not think of, and then that's how they do the game, and that's how they constantly iterate. So there's this constant rule of 3, and then you look at Zelda is the Triforce, and there's 3 Triforces, and it's this cycling thing of 3s that Miyamoto has, and it's become a thing for me. It's like whenever I notice like a pattern of 3s, and it's like something that Miyamoto has firmly established in me. So whenever I see a game like go past 3, I'm just like, these guys messed up. These guys failed at making games. They need to redo game design.
Rule of 3s. I think Valve could take a note from that.
Yeah, dude, they're so hardcore on the rule of 3 that they don't even get to it. They
didn't even get to it. It's the book. It's the bookend at 3.
It's like once we get there, it's over, guys. Like we can't do it.
That's really funny. Hey, so speaking of Zelda and Miyamoto, did you see what he was saying about the live action Zelda movie? They're filming it, and it's going to be like I think the last week in April of next year they're expecting. I'm super excited for that. We were just talking, Tula and I were just talking the other day about maybe doing a segment on here about games that are turned into movies or movies based on game franchises. I think it's just so brilliant. I'm excited that Miyamoto's involved in this project with the movie. I can't wait. I'm excited about it. I don't know if you guys are jazzed about that, but
the casting that they have, like the set pieces,
the little kid they picked to play Link, he looks perfect, man.
Yeah, like everyone that I'm just like, I love that they're like people that I have no idea who they are. Like, yes, let me get involved in this. So I'm huge in this.
Yeah, and this is a good point by Mano Diaz saying that. I mean, that's something that Breath of the Wild is really good at, keeping you, shiny, right? Keeping you every corner you see something, shiny, you run. Even if it's you turn a corner and there's a pond and you see a fish kind of crest over the water, and you're like, oh, I got to go catch the fish.
Right.
So that's something they did do that was absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, so if you take a look at the game design, game design philosophy, they actually talk about how they design open world systems in Breath of the Wild. It is a 3-tiered system, so they have like vantage points of you have this small thing, a medium-sized thing, and a big thing, and that is how they constantly get you to go around. And that every time that you're to another thing, there should be another point of interest in between those. But again, it's another rule of 3 thing that they have. Unspoken rule. You don't really find much about it, but Miyamoto is an absolute genius.
Yeah. Monta, where are you at on Breath of the Wild? As much Zelda stuff you talk about, I feel like I haven't heard you talk much about Breath of the Wild.
Oh, I love Breath of the Wild. I think that so it's. I am a notorious retro gamer, so I don't really talk about modern games a lot. But no, I had a lot of fun playing Breath of the Wild. I probably put like 100 hours.
It's almost 10 years old, man. That's not retro for you.
It's close, man.
Yeah, that's you really brutal, dude. You can't just you can't just like, oh, that was a decade ago.
Yeah, you can't just say that.
It was like
I'm gonna turn to dust.
2016 or 2017 or something.
Yep,
dude.
Yeah.
Wii U, baby. I got an inbox Wii U over there.
There was 2 jobs ago that I had. It was an art place, a media and entertainment company, and they hired a lot of freelance artists and a lot of kids that came out of college. There's a lot of young people there. And I remember someone was saying something, and it was to that degree of like it dating me, aging me. And I was like, oh man, it's like I'm having that conversation with death, like in Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey. And she was just looking at me, blinking. And this dude who was my age is like laughing. He's like, dude, she has no idea what you're talking about. I was like, like in Saving Private Ryan, where Matt Damon's looking at the gravestone and he like morphs into his old self, and she was still blinking at me like she didn't know. And I was like, you know how like in Endgame when Thanos like went into dust, and she's like, oh yeah. I was like, yeah, that's how I felt. I had to go like three like pop culture references down.
Dude, that's really good.
And I was like, I gotta leave. This is making me even more frustrated.
Too loud. What's your favorite Zelda game?
Breath of the Wild.
That's
yeah, Breath of the Wild.
What'd you think of Tears of the Kingdom?
I'm probably gonna catch a lot of flack for this.
No, you won't. I've been bad mouthing. I've been bad mouthing Tears of the Kingdom like since you've been gone.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I own it physically. I've never played it one time. I've played Breath of the Wild 3 times.
Okay, yeah. I actually beat Tears of the Kingdom, but like, I hated the entire thing of it.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. Like I'm so comfortable in Breath of the Wild that I could continue to play that game, and every time I play it again, it's like I'm exploring places where I hadn't gone before. And I think this playthrough now is where I'm like trying to like actually complete everything, find every.
Wait, this playthrough, so you're doing another one?
Yeah. I am.
Really
so no, Breath of the Wild is my all-time favorite. I told myself that I will, when I finish it this time, I will play Tears. But
I haven't touched Tears either. I just didn't want to admit it. Yeah, so
it's fine. I'm like probably like 20 hours in. There's some gameplay going on over there. It's like I have there's no pull for me to go back into it like there is Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild, it's all about exploration and like, you know, discovery and mystery and like pretty much everything that you were saying, Gary. There's a lot of like unspoken pull to it. With Tears of the Kingdom, it's really not. It's more of like they just went, the pendulum swung too far into mechanics and how can you break the game and like go and be the most powerful, have the most powerful weapons, make the most powerful like machines, and just overpower everything. Yeah, it's literally just brute forcing it through all these different mechanics.
I'm happy you said that, because I think that's why I've stayed away from it. Is because like when I see it, I see these people building this wild stuff, right? Like putting together all these machines and stuff. I don't care about that, dude. Yeah. Like I don't have not the slightest bit of care about that at all, dude. Like I'm more than happy on my horse, you know, and like, dude, I spent like 4 hours one day just trying to get the one horse I wanted. Right? Like I want this specific horse, dude. Like that's Breath of the Wild for me. It's like it's just I'll spend time in there and just enjoy it, and it's like it's just like a Zelda life simulator for me.
Yeah. Tears of the Kingdom is the systems that they made. There's actually a small demo that someone made. If you took a look, they had a post-mortem for Breath of the Wild where they were at GDC and they were showing that they actually remade Legend of Zelda with ImSim stuff. So it was, by all intents and purposes, the original Legend of Zelda, but with like you could push a log into water and the log would just float on the water and stuff. So they were kind of like testing out things in this very simplified game. Mm-hmm. I think it's called Breath of the Ness. I think someone basically made that game, so you can play that prototype game of Breath of the Wild, but in original Legend of Zelda style, and it's kind of cool. It's like you can kind of go through that direction. So you think about all the immersive sim, the ImSim type of stuff that they built into Breath of the Wild, and Tears of the Kingdom cranks that up to like 11 of like having all of these systems interact with each other. But like I love Metroidvanias as well. And one of the things, Zelda games are very similar to Metroidvanias insofar as you have lock key mechanisms. It's like, oh, how do I get across there? I need a hook shot. I need a hook shot to get across there. How do I get the hook shot? Go to the dungeon, get the item. So it's a lock key type of mechanism. In Metroidvanias, you have a place where you're jumping. And it's like, oh, I can't quite reach that ledge. If only I could double jump. In Tears of the Kingdom, it's like, actually, you have everything and just go and do whatever you want. So this like the progression of that and like it's all falls apart really fast. And I don't think a Metroidvania that you could just kind of make into a platformer gets fun, because part of the fun of Metroidvanias is the progression, the lock key stuff, and figuring stuff out. So I feel like, you know, a part of that is exploration, and you lose exploration when you can just bulldoze through things. I don't know why it's contentious to say Tears of the Kingdom isn't a good Zelda game. A lot of people get upset when you say it. I give as many examples as I possibly can, but it is what it is. If people like it, by all means. I played through it. I beat the game. I did not think it was a good Zelda game. It was a fine nuts and bolts game. I think, like, as a Banjo-Kazooie nuts and bolts featuring Link, yeah, it was great. Otherwise,
Zelda nuts and bolts.
Yeah, that's all it was.
Welcome back, Banjo-Kazooie.
Well, I'm gonna transition to another Nintendo topic, but while we're doing that, live chat, put out there what your favorite Zelda game was. I'm interested to see what you guys all picked. I'm surprised, you know, we didn't see very many, like, what's the Game Boy one? Is it
the DS ones or the Game Boy one? That's Link's Awakening. No,
Link's Awakening. Link's Awakening.
And then there's
Link to the Past.
Ones.
Yeah,
Link to the Past is
SNES. Yeah,
yeah.
No, with the Link's Awakening, I'm
that's
surprised
right.
nobody said that, because that seems to be like a huge hit too. While we're talking about Nintendo, and this is just rumor stuff, so don't kill me too much, but you know, Nintendo's raised the price, right? They're going up $50, and there's some cool stuff to that, right? Because they raise the price, they're going to $50, but you're going to be able to pick a lesser expensive game with it as well too. It seems like to be some of the rumors of what they're going to do, which is not a terrible thing at $500. I bought the Switch 2 with the Mario Kart for $500, and it's pretty awesome. So I feel like it could be worse, but something that came out of this is that, you know, typically, historically, when Nintendo's R&D expenses go up and they raise prices, it's a segue to something new, right? And the rumors are that we may see an OLED or a Lite, and we did with the original Switch a year later, and what we got, June 2nd makes a year of the Switch 2. So I'm curious, have you guys kind of heard or seen anything about this? What do you guys think about this?
I'll start. So the Nintendo playbook suggests that we should see this eventually. It's what they always do, regardless. Mm-hmm. So I think it'll come when it comes, but I don't know if we're going to see it this year. I would probably say that it's better positioned to be coming next year, because Xbox Helix is scheduled for late 2027. Ostensibly, the PS6 handheld and PS6 are also slated for late 2027. So it would make more sense to have something that's out, that's new and shiny, when your competitors have something new and shiny. So I wouldn't think that it would be this year specifically, but I've been wrong before. I didn't think that Nintendo would raise the price on the US model of the Switch, but the Japanese model, because the Japanese model is sold closer to cost.
Right.
And that's been bumped up $60 US versus 50.
Right.
So it used to be $330 and now it's $390 afterwards, and they still did $50, but then you get a game for it in US. So I don't know, it kind of feels like they didn't really actually bump the price. They're just kind of like sneakily putting in a game cost in there as well. Yep. So I feel like I'm still kind of correct, but I said out loud that I did not think this US version of the Switch 2 would get a price increase, and I was categorically wrong about that. So who knows? Maybe it does come out.
We'll see. Now, would you guys be more excited about an OLED or a
OLED by far for me? Yeah. I'll let other people answer, but go ahead.
Well, we know Too Loud's answer.
Yeah, I'm polar opposite.
Yeah, and then we know Too Loud's answer. I mean, I'm guessing. Go. What's your answer, Too Loud?
Both.
Well, okay.
No,
you got to pick one. You were going to say OLED.
Do I have to? I can't ride the fence. I can't ride.
You can't ride.
Dude, that's tough. I really love the Lite models for portability, but I mean, come on, an OLED. I gotta go OLED.
Yeah. So we had a Switch Lite here, and we didn't play with it at all. Didn't touch it at all. Ended up getting a second regular Switch instead. I had no interest in the Switch Lite originally. So we'll see what happens, but I would think they're bang for the buck. I don't know, because the budget stuff, I would think bang for the buck OLED would be their answer, but with the budget stuff that everybody's focused on, a Lite might be a better option for, you know, their revenue. So
I think for market differentiation too, it's like the OLED would cannibalize the primary sales.
Yeah, definitely. That's why I don't see it this year.
Right.
I also don't see a Lite. So the progression that I would think we need an OLED switch.
Yes, that would
Just
be dope.
Just give us everything.
that would be amazing.
Whole kahuna.
Yeah.
I don't like the display that is on the Switch 2. The response time on it is atrocious. I visually see it with my eyes. It catches the peripheral of my eye all the time. And it's the most annoying thing because I'll be moving around the screen and I'll look because I see something. And then I'll look and then it's not there. And then I'll go back to play and then it just is a constant annoyance for me that I literally can't play on handheld on Switch 2. I can only play docked only. So I definitely need an OLED model. The two things that I want to bring up here is that you have to remember that the Switch Lite was facilitated by going from 20 nanometer planar to 16 nanometer FinFET, which allowed them to get better battery life because they downclocked it. So when they went to a Switch Lite, the Switch Lite had like a 30% smaller battery. I don't know how you can go to a Switch 2 Lite with the same type of chipset that's in the Switch 2, because then you'd have like an hour of battery life if you did not get a better node. I don't see a new node of Switch 2 coming out this year. I also don't see it coming out next year. So my headspace is that the Switch 2 OLED comes out next year, potentially, and then a Switch 2 Lite comes out like 3 years where they can get a node decrease. But that's how I'm looking at it right now, because prices on nodes and everyone's competing, and like I don't think Nintendo actually wants to compete in that space where they're paying top dollar for crap. So they're using Samsung's 10 nanometer node, which no one really cares about, for Switch 2. So they have a nice space where they are. And if they need to go to Switch Lite and get better battery life by running at lower clocks, I don't see them doing that until they go to like Samsung's 4 nanometer node, which is actually has customers and people taping out all the time in their schedule. So I don't see that, but that's just where my headspace is.
Interesting. When it comes to the current Switch 2 screen, have you done some testing on the response time? And can you give us like a point of reference? Because I visually noticed it, that it's like this, it feels laggy. Like, it's just so, like it's past the point of
Hardware Unboxed did a fantastic video on it. I did not do one directly. I just noticed it. On the first day that I noticed it, I had tweeted about it, and some people got really angry at me for saying it. And then John Linneman from Digital Foundry backed me up as well. He was like, "Yeah, I noticed it as well." And then people were like, no one noticed this. And then Hardware Unboxed did a video on it. And to give you an idea, for what it's worth, the Steam Deck LCD has like a 20 millisecond response time, which is kind of bad. I visually cannot detect how bad that response time is. The original Switch is 23 or 24 milliseconds, which I also could not detect by my eye. The Switch 2 is 33 milliseconds, which I can.
Ooh, so that's a big difference.
That's bad.
Yeah, basically the response time is pretty much 30 FPS. Like to render a frame is 33.3 milliseconds. So the response time for a screen to switch from its contrast ratio is 33 milliseconds. So if you're in very dark scenes, you're not going to notice anything. But if you have high contrast screen, something that goes white to gray to white, something like that, it becomes far more apparent. So that's where it really lags behind it. And for me, there are a lot of people, they say they can't detect it, and that's fine. For me, I'm not saying like I'm like have some super eyes, because I can't even detect it on the original Switch LCD, which has around 24 to 25 millisecond. So somewhere between 25 millisecond and 33 millisecond is where I notice it.
Yeah.
And that's the first time I notice it. And it's just, that's my level for me, where it's not good enough.
It's like 25% worse.
Yeah. So
not exactly, but
when you look at it from there are variations of that, because everything changes based on contrast changes between the shift when the pixel happens. So if it's going from dark to gray, you're really not going to notice it. Where it becomes super apparent is like in Cyberpunk was atrocious for me, because there's lots of dark scenes, and then you have like hanging lanterns, and when you move, you can just see this ghosting trail, and it's like, whoa. that is bad. I did a
It's
video
worse for games that run at that 30 to 40 FPS.
Yeah, so it's it exacerbates the issue for sure.
Yeah.
Can't see it ghosting on the pad.
That's crazy.
That makes it.
That screen is awful.
Term is always going on and on about the Pam, about how much he loves it. So that's really funny.
I think the original PSP had like a 40 or 50 millisecond response time.
Wow.
To give you an idea of how
nauseating.
Wow.
Yeah, it's truly terrible. Truly awful.
I want to say, Carrie, that you don't have to be so modest with us anymore about you having super eyes, because that picture you sent me of you in your superhero outfit, I used it for today's thumbnail. So everybody, the cat's out the bag, brother. Everybody knows that you're super Phawx. So
that's unfortunate. Now people know my secret identity. That's
my secret identity.
Always happens.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
you didn't give me a memo like for your eyes only, or like
yes.
I thought it was.
It's my fault. It's truly my bad.
It's really funny.
Dude, I didn't realize the original PSP was that bad, dude.
Oh, dude, it's atrocious.
It was awful.
I should try it. Yeah.
What's funny is like, because I remember, what's funny to me is emulation was known about forever, because I remember when PSP got hacked really quick and people were emulating on it. And like when I went to that import shop that I was saying where I got those Dragon Ball VCR recorded tapes, there was a dude that had a PSP and he was showing me like he was like emulation. He thought he was like super cool. And I was like, yeah, I'm well aware. I know but you could see on those like retro games, because they have such high contrasty cartoonish like colors, that when you would just move around, you could see everything smearing through. Like looking at Sonic the Hedgehog with like all of that blue background and all, it was atrocious. It was real bad. You can just have Sonic just sitting there and be like next to a bridge where a robotic fish would come up to like bite. You could like see the trail come up. It's that atrocious.
Oh God. Oh my God.
Hysterical. That is
so a small digression. Back to the original thing. We'll talk about emulation. What's funny to me about emulation is that it seemed like no one actually cared, and even when the Pies, right? When those came out and people started doing emulation on those, everyone was making memes about like people that just would not shut up about having emulators on Pies, and then all of a sudden, like COVID happens, and I guess everyone isn't at work anymore, and people are like, man, I really like old games. And then everyone's like, oh my God, emulation. And I'm like, what is going on? Like, where were all you people? Like, all of these like things came out, and I'm like, I've been talking about it and no one cared. And it's less like everyone cares now. Like, where were you guys? Were you guys just like asleep? Like, it was just fascinating to me how it was just needing everyone to stay home for them to just be like, I wish I could play my old games. I wonder, oh my goodness. That whole thing is so funny to me. And it's just like, how could you? I don't know. Do
you remember?
I remember that wave, dude. I absolutely remember that wave, because I remember when COVID first started, sitting at my computer, and like there was this Reddit post. I think it was on like the SBC Reddit or something.
Yeah.
And it was like people were going crazy about emulation. And I was like, are you guys serious right now? Like,
yeah. Well, the SBC community has been around for quite a bit. And I mean, even ETA Prime basically got started with SBCs. Like that was his bread and butter for the longest time. And he was always doing that. But, like he was like, I mean, even in 2016, when I was doing PC gaming handhelds, he was doing Pi stuff and other SBC stuff with emulation and setting up like arcade cabinets and other stuff. And I remember him being at like 60K subs and I was at like 2K subs. And I remember seeing that and I was like, okay, yeah, well, I can do emulation as well and make some videos and whatever. But then it just like exploded into like this whole other thing, which is interesting to me. But you can actually, I think the SBC community probably has that meme of like, the kind of like the meme of like, this game is actually pretty okay as long as you don't have a bitch in your ear telling you, like how bad it is, like that kind of mentality. And then all of a sudden everyone liked it and everyone's like, oh, actually it is kind of cool. Like, yeah, course it's awesome. Like, when was emulation not awesome?
Do you guys remember when, like a lot of people, I also started off with the Raspberry Pi and watching ETA and stuff. Do you remember the sort of excitement / controversy when Battle Sarah came out for the Raspberry Pi, and there was this whole Retro Pi versus Battle Sarah like thing, and people fighting, and I just sitting there thinking about that shit, and like I just think about how old Carrie really is, knowing all that stuff, remembering that stuff.
So
making me feel better about myself.
Do I have it here? Yeah. So like, here's the thing. This is 2008. Okay. This is the Open Pandora.
Okay? Oh, wow. Yeah. I remember this thing.
Yeah. So this is 2008, right? And this is Hummingbird. So this is this is ARM's first real chip. This is the Cortex A8 in here. This particular chip is, if you remember, this chip was in the iPhone 4 and the Samsung Galaxy S1. Mm-hmm. All right. So like, that's how, like, but it's a Hummingbird version of this. But this like whole thing was like, oh wow, like it's a full emulation thing and it can do a lot of crazy stuff. And then RE64 was on the GB32X forums, and he was like,
close up on that thing.
I have my focus manual on here, so it's going to be all blurry.
Okay. That thing is tiny. That's like the size of a DS.
Yeah, it's really small. I'll just like whatever kind of nonsense thing. This is the Ambernic Vita thing. Yeah, to give you an idea.
That's so sick.
Xbox controller right next to it.
Oh, that's a good comparison. We all know.
So it's super tiny, right? It's actually super tiny. It has 2 full SD card slots. They were coming out with this in 2008. I did not get it until 2011 because they had like issues. This is not like when China just makes stuff like in a week, right? Like, these were like guys that were in Germany, England, and Canada, like figuring stuff out and like getting molds done that were super expensive and all this other stuff. So I was in it, right? Like, I'm like super hardcore about this whole stuff, and no one cared. Like, no one cared at all. Like, there's just a very niche group of people that were in it. But so it's like, how far back does this thing go? It goes back pretty far. And like, RE64 made a Dynarec for N64 for ARM because of the Open Pandora. So all of like N64 emulation on ARM that we have today is a lot of work from RE64 because of the Open Pandora. And there's things like that. So Exophase, right? He made Drastic, which was the DS emulator for Android. Mm-hmm. So Exophase was in the GB32X. And I remember because there was a running joke because everyone wanted to participate in DS emulation talk, but more about like, how do you do 2 screens on 1 screen? And he's like, guys, that's not even like the problem. I have to figure out how to make emulation work. Like, you guys are like talking to me about like, how do I get 2 screens on 1 screen? That's like the easiest thing for me. Like, I don't care. Like, we can swap screens. I can make 2 little ones. And he did. He made a bunch of little things. And it's kind of like an insider's joke. But yeah, so Exophase made that, and I haven't seen or heard from Exophase in a long time. I don't like, probably made a bunch of money from Drastic and just kind of was like, actually, I'm done. And I wish the best for the guy. And there's like, other stuff that happened with. But yeah, it's all the old stuff that you see, and No Taz with his Genesis emulator and stuff. So there's like a lot of old hat devs that were around for a long time. And so I'm just bringing that up because like that was like 2008 from a mentality of emulation on a portable handheld was 2008. And that didn't really materialize until basically 2020, even though we had like YLM, which had Cool Boy rebranding. And then YLM eventually became Ambernic, and then Ambernic kept on making a bazillion different things. So that whole flow chart, that whole path of where that was, it basically took 12 years for people to be like, oh, emulation on a handheld. It's funny how long it took is for me, because for me, it was just front and center at all times. But again, I'm a gigantic nerd, so I understand.
It's interesting how you pull out that handheld from 2008 that's using a Cortex A8. And like chips that's similar to that are still relevant, even all the way past 20, like Miyu Mini with the A7, Cortex A7, or the 35XX with the A9 Cortex. And like, dude, it's wild to see that, you were already messing with one of these devices, freaking 15 years ago.
Is that Stubbs? Is that Retro Handhelds? Is that Stubbs?
Yeah, that's Stubbs. What's up, Stubbs?
Stubbs.
That's a big dog.
But yeah, like I mean, like so even Stubbs, right? Like he has this whole like thing, and like it's amazing to me. It's like I'm glad you guys finally showed up. Like it's like
you've been at the party. Where were you guys?
I got rotten pizza. I got like deflated balloons, and I was like, "What the hell, guys? I had this party going a long time ago." Yeah, I know, dude. I wish I could see you guys. I am to this day, like I was talking. I'll talk to you behind the scenes, but yeah, I wish I could go to Taiwan as well. I'll miss you guys.
Oh, no Computex this year.
No Computex for me.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hey, it has to fit. It has to work.
Yeah. You thinking about CES next year?
Yes. So the only reason I didn't go, so by and large, so I started a new job in December of last year. And the reason I did not go to CES is because I had 0 PTO days. I had some PTO days, but like I didn't have any that I could really use. Thankfully, my PTO days, yes, dude, corn soup at Taipei is like the most fascinating thing to me. I'll get back to that in just a moment. So I will go to CES next year. I could not go to Taipei this year because I have to be in London for work at Computex. Like I literally was like my team was like, "Hey, can you go to London for us at the end of May?" And I was like, "Yeah, I don't have anything going on." And then like I got some companies reaching out to me. They're like, "Hey, you know, we want to get you to go to Taipei." And then I was like, "When?" And they were like, "June 1st." And I was like, I'm in London. Yeah, so I'm unfortunately not going to be able to make it to Computex this year. I'm super bummed about it.
Yeah.
Very quickly on corn soup, when we went, so Stubbs was there as well, and it was all of us like ETAs there, and it's like the handheld gang, and we're kind of just palling around, and we stop at a McDonald's, and I'm looking at the kiosk, and I'm like, corn soup, I'll have some corn soup, and then I was like, I'll have a chicken sandwich as well. It's like $3 for a chicken sandwich, okay, and like $1 for corn soup, yeah, sure, let's rock and roll. Like, let me get this. First, let me tell you, this chicken sandwich was commercial perfect for $3. Like this big fat piece of chicken, perfect bread, not squished, like perfect lettuce, unreal good. I cannot have a McDonald's chicken sandwich in the United States since, because I am ashamed of especially where I am. Like a chicken sandwich is like $8. The corn soup at Taipei is literally is a can of corn, quite literally a can of corn that they put into a cup, like a coffee cup, and put a lid on it. I kid you not. So think of a canned corn that you would just like have for like mashed potatoes and corn, or like for Thanksgiving. Quite literally that. It was like lukewarm, not hot, just a can in a cup with a lid. And I'm like, I'm supposed to drink this? And I open it up, and it's just murky corn water with corn kernels. Murky corn water. And I'm like, what the hell is this?
Nickname
like,
in college.
Yeah.
Call me murky
So
corn
I
water.
just threw that away. But that chicken sandwich was dope. I actually really loved Taipei was dope. It was a fantastic place.
I want a corn soup now just for the memes, dude.
Oh my god!
You see my new name.
What's his name?
Murky corn water. Yeah.
It's like a rock star like name.
It is, dude. It is.
So, do you see the updates to I have a shirt too. Chicken sandwich A+. You guys are hysterical, man. Do you guys see the updates to FSR 4?
Yes.
Yeah. How cool is that? And this is a great segue to the topic that we wanted you to just go ham on, right?
Okay. Yeah, I can do that.
AMD makes FSR.
Oh, we know you're that guy, brother.
Yeah, man, yeah. So I was talking to Carrie the other day, and I'm like, so the plan for the show is we're going to cover a couple topics, and then we're just going to let you pick something and just talk about it. He's like, I could talk about anything forever.
Yeah, that's what I genuinely can't. You really, I hate watching podcasts that I'm on. I'm like, man, why am I speaking for so long? Like,
we love it, man.
Certainly, someone should tell me to stop speaking. Like,
love it.
I had enough of this guy talking.
Oh my god!
No,
So
dude, we love it, dude. You're genuinely like amazing at this stuff, and you break it down so well that people that don't really understand this stuff can actually grasp it. So it is very beneficial. Yeah.
So one of the first things the first time we had Carry on, one of the things we had asked him is that you have to figure out a way to include the word ostensively into the thing.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you know subconsciously, but you did it tonight. And
I did. I saw it. I hit it. I was like,
smiled.
ostensibly. Yeah, I hit it. The first time that you had told me about it, I was vaguely aware that I have that in as a part of my regular rotation of my vocabulary. But I was not attempting to hit it before it just kind of came along. It kind of just gracefully came out. I was like, there it is. I did not try to, but it was like, yeah, it is what it is. I have a few choice words that I tend to lean on.
So good.
Oh, I love it, dude. You don't hear anybody else in the space use it. So it's like your word, dude.
I guess so, yeah.
Yeah, man. That's the thing, right? So you use big words, but you dumb it down. So you make stupid asses like me feel like I'm competent. You know what I mean? So I dig it because I get what you say. See, Tulaw's nodding his head because he gets it too, right? Yeah.
Dude, I'm right here with ChatGPT, like ostensibly.
Yeah. Like,
it's got Google Translate English to English simplified.
Yeah.
English for dummies.
So stand out about this is that they're saying maybe soon, and they didn't give a specific date, but we may see it on RDNA 3 and RDNA 2 chips, right? So there's potential there, right? And why I say this is the segue because we're talking to older handhelds like devices that have 7840U or Z1, and the main topic, something that else we wanted to talk about is with everything being the way it is now with price, right? If somebody new comes up to you and says, "Hey, Kerry, I want to get into PC handheld, I want to get into mobile gaming," and what do you recommend, right? Because you're not going to tell them go get a Win 5,
no,
right? So what are you recommending? And just kind of as a point, and Tula came up with a great idea. We pulled up Best Buy's website because this is what people can get locally now, right? So what are you getting, and what are you feeling, and what are you liking? And the fact that RDNA 4 or 4.1 is coming to,
thank you, Stubbs.
Devices.
Stubbs.
Thank you, Stubbs. And devices like an Xbox, a ROG Ally, the Z1E one. Like, does that change what your recommendation is, and what do you recommend, and why, and what would be your go-to in that scenario?
Right. So before prices went crazy, I had tried leaning very hard, especially on my Win 5 review, to communicate to people that it was 5 times better than a Steam Deck, while not really being 5 times the cost. It was 3 times the cost. And that has since gotten a lot more expensive since then. So it's not a super viable thing. It's not a super viable proposition for most people. The main reason that I want to talk about, and I actually had Stubbs, I showed it to Stubbs and the rest of them because we were at another event in New York, and I showed them the GPD Win 5, and I actually was on a Retro Handhelds podcast, and I was telling them that effectively the GPD Win 5 is the closest thing to time travel that we have, because I know even back then that there was no current chipset that was coming out that is going to be any leap in performance. So if you want to have performance that is going to take you 2 years into the future, the GPD Win 5 is what you get today. So I was trying to communicate is like, you pay $1,600, but you're paying $1,600 to time travel 2 years into the future. Is $1,600 inexpensive to time travel 2 years in the future? Look at it through that lens, and then you'll have a better idea of if you want the Win 5.
That's a really good way to put it, especially at that time where you were getting them at that price.
Yeah, so we are still in that mindset where there is nothing new. So Intel has Panther Lake coming out. We don't know yet the price of that. They'll very likely have a handheld. We don't know. We don't know what the price of that's going to be, especially because everything is already crazy expensive. So if Panther Lake is a little bit worse than Strix Halo, we're still not in a world where anything is recommendable. So from that list that you have, I would tend to recommend the original Ally X, which with the 40 watt hour battery that was like $350 or whatever. I would recommend that one first, even with the micro SD problems that it has, because just lean on the SSD or the NVMe that's on there first. Then I would say if you're going to go over there, take a look and see if you're going to get any good deals on a Steam Deck. And then after that, I would recommend the Xbox Ally X, which doesn't look like it got a price bump as far as I know. I still think
it has not. It's the only one holding strong.
Yeah, so the Xbox Ally X is pretty much what is the best thing that you can get that is still within the realm of like making any sense. And at $1,000, it makes the most sense right now because you can get a 30% bump over the Ally. But at $400, that's still a better price. But you get an 80 watt-hour battery on there. Plus, Microsoft is pushing hard, so now they have Auto SR on there because the Z2E on that particular model still has the MPU active, where other Z2Es are disabled. Then you look at it through the lens of, okay, now we are seeing that FSR4 is coming to RDNA 3. Now, we still don't have clarification if FSR4 is going to be enabled on handhelds, because the only thing that they explicitly said was 7000 and 6000 series. 7000 series first.
That's a great point, dude.
Yeah, so I have asked. I have not gotten any word back yet. Now, with Strix Halo, it runs on mainline Radeon drivers, whereas these devices have drivers that are not a part of mainline Radeon distributions, which means that if you don't have a driver to enable that, you're so out of luck.
Dude, every time I want to say something, it's like you already got it cocked and loaded, brother. Like, you're so good, man. Ahead,
yeah.
dude.
So I have relayed to Asus that it would behoove them to have a driver that comes out come July that could be in line with this FSR4 update for Radeon, because I think that would be a big win for them. There are some caveats to this, right? You have to understand that FSR4 it should be on FP8, floating point 8. It's a not very accurate floating point compute. But that's okay because for ML purposes, you never really care about accuracy. You care more about approximations, which is all what AI and ML is typically. So like if you look at it, like games require FP32, which is fairly accurate. Scientific compute is FP64, which is how many how far into a decimal point do you go. So it's fairly restricted. FP8 is on RDNA 4, and then they're going to have a next generation for RDNA 5, which is FSR 5, and so on and so forth. Now, what you get on RDNA 3 and RDNA 2 is effectively, for RDNA 3, there is this function that they have that is called BF16, which is a type of compute that is kind of like a not as distilled version, a not as inaccurate version. So it does a bunch of compute, especially if you're going to do FP8 into it. But you don't even get FP8; you get int8 as an emulation.
int8. Yep.
Yeah. Yep. So that is what we have to do. And I bring all this up, and I say all of this to kind of give umbrage to that. When you run FSR4 on RDNA 3 and RDNA 2 systems, you get less for them, meaning that you actually take a performance hit when you enable FSR4 on these things. What you gain out of them is superior image quality over FSR3 and FSR2. So it's a bit of a trade-off, and sometimes people are going to be a little bit taken aback, especially on systems that have like 16 CUs of RDNA 3 or 12 CUs of RDNA 3. So you look at like the 780M, and then the 880M, and then like 890M. The 890M, which is in the Xbox Ally X, which has 16 CUs. It has a beefier GPU component, which will have a little bit more beef to actually do stuff. How that all translates into actual tops, trillions of operations per second, insofar as int8, is actually fairly low. If you look at the PS5 Pro, it's doing int8, but it does basically 300 tops. And even like a 7900 XTX, which is the highest end RDNA 3 GPU, is like 130 last I looked. So it's like 3 times less than a PS5 Pro. To give you an idea of, yes, they can do FSR4, but please have reservations for what you're going to get out of them. They're to be used in specific use cases. You will get benefits from them, but if you have this idea that you're going to be using them on a Steam Deck, which you totally can, you only have 8 CUs on a Steam Deck at 1.6 gigahertz, it's going to be fairly abysmal. So yes, you can have it. Doing it on an Xbox Ally X does work. I have it working on an HX370, which is effectively a Z2E, 16 CU, 2.9 gigahertz. I have it on Linux. On Linux, you can just use this whole path has been done already. It has been done because of the Steam machine that is coming. So Valve has done the work, and they've done all the stuff so that they actually have all these flags in place so that you can enable it of this pathway of doing int8 emulation for FSR4. There are Valve does not have this enabled. However, enthusiasts like CashOS, which is now my more favorite Linux distro for this type of stuff, CashOS makes a Proton version, especially Proton 11, that has a CashOS flavor where they kind of tweak things up a bit, and they enable that flag. So you can actually have a global config, which I do, to make every FSR 3.1 game support FSR 4 on an RDNA 3.5 system. So I've done that, and it works. It works now, today. But you do get a performance hit on it. So even on a system that's like an HX370, what would be on the Xbox Ally X, you are going to be in that space. Yes. Yeah. So
that's really good. That's really good. Thanks, GD. Yeah, that's funny.
I basically, it's just another tool in your tool belt. The good news about having this FSR4 path is that you're still going to have XESS available to you, which truthfully I've always leaned on more than FSR anyway, because I feel like FSR2 and FSR3 are kind of terrible. So XESS has always been a better ultimate image quality. The resultant image quality has always been better on XESS, and you will not have that performance hit. So you will have an FSR4 path, but you can always lean on XESS if you wanted to. So it's not like you have like, oh man, I really want to start this game over. Let me go back to FSR3. Just use XESS. Have these tools available to you, but just tweak how you're going about them. So like if you're going to be using FSR4 on an RDNA 3 class system, tend to go into the performance side of it so that you're actually using extreme sub resolutions so that you can lift up that burden of feeling that regression in performance, but the image quality is much better. So that's basically where we are. I have directly asked, you can check my tweets. I have reached out to Frank Azor, who is one of the top guys at AMD. And I was like, dearest Frank, could you let us know if this is coming to Handheld? Salutations, Phawx. Questions have been asked. So soonish, generally soon. I don't know. I think right now GPD only has their GPD box. They sent me both of them. I should have those soon, and then their new eGPU solution, which is now their newer solution. Thankfully, I had mentioned it to them, and they were going that path. So now they're going MCIO instead of Oculink, which is the next generation version of Oculink, MCIO, Mini Cool Edge. And they chose the 8X path, which I'm a big fan of. So we get bigger, fatter lanes and a lot more bandwidth. So having really cool solutions of like, you can have a really tiny system, still have your big fat GPU, and especially for mobile systems, becomes a better docking solution, right? So you can just kind of like,
is MCIO a proprietary port? Like a separate,
no, it's same as Oculink. Completely open standard. It's just the newer version that supports PCIe 5 and PCIe 6. So it's the next generation of Oculink. And I had mentioned that to them, and that's what they're using. So GPD was the first company, because I had talked to them about Oculink, and then they did it. I'm not saying that I deserve any credit. I just talk to them about stuff, as I say, like nerdy stuff, and then they kind of do things. But there's some things that they just like don't do. One thing that I will take credit for is the PS Vita D-pad on the original GPD Min Max. That is all me, insofar as any type of influence I can push on things. That was 100% me, and anything that cascaded onward about like AYN stuff using Vita D-pads, that's me, baby. I will take full credit for that, even if no one admits to it.
No, I think it would be wise of GPD to listen to you, Kerry, honestly, because you're here, you're boots on the ground. You're in the community. You're not just a talking head here. You actually utilize these devices, right? Like, so you have firsthand experience. You also have experience with the community, just hearing the community, listening to the community, and you're really on top of your stuff, dude. You spend a lot of time researching, and dude, a lot of people don't don't realize, one of your 30-minute videos is really like how many hours goes into that 30-minute video.
Oh yeah. It takes me that's my biggest. I think I need to make a whole new channel, to be quite honest. I have to figure something out. Like my current channel, I should probably just leave as like opinions and make like a whole new channel. That's to be decided. I have no idea yet. I need to make a website as well where I can actually just have my benchmarks in a clean, more accessible way than buried away in some videos that YouTube doesn't recommend to anybody.
That'd be super useful, dude.
Yeah, just something that you can like, I wonder what is the best handheld at low power, and you can just clearly see that. Yeah, so to that point, right? Like, I feel like if we go back to that idea of like, hey, GPD, you should use Oculink, and they're like, okay, let's explore that, and then they do it, and then they make like the GPD G1, but then you saw this explosion of other boutique Chinese makers also leverage Oculink, and now we have even Framework Computer making laptops that have Oculink. So it's like, since that one, like you push that little snowball down the hill, it just gets bigger and bigger, and like all the support just kind of comes with it, because now you have all these peripherals and stuff that you can just buy. Like I have this, like Russ did a video on it. I'm still doing mine, but this is the AU Star.
Yeah.
3. So this is Thunderbolt 5 and Oculink. You have two different paths that you can use. So it's a really versatile type of thing. And you're going to see like GPD has their Thunderbolt 5 with MCIO. And MCIO, I think, is the better path anyway, because it is the next generation of Oculink. So I'm glad that GPD did it. And I hope that other companies start doing it. And then you have all these other makers that will have MCIO, not just GPD. And then because it's an open standard and anyone can just use it, it becomes this cleaner thing that you can just be like, oh, I actually prefer how that one looks. And I know someone was like saying, like, I don't actually like, I love this. I love this as like plonking my big fat 4090 on this and just having it in open air and on my desk, because it looks dope. Like, I think it just like as a desk thing, it looks super sweet. But then there's other people that are like, oh goodness, I don't want an open air. I want a full enclosed one. Cool. They make that, and you should have that if that's your option. And that's what I'm saying is like, the more people that get in there, the more options that we have, the better that we are as a community. I don't really care one way or the other, as long as they have the options and you're satisfied with the what you get. So hopefully with GPD solution with MCIO, we have a new snowball that's rolling down the hill. But Thunderbolt 5 is pretty good. And then the reality is like, Medusa Halo is 2027, right? If we're lucky, maybe 2028. Medusa Halo is absolutely monstrous. And I have to ask myself, do I even care about a DGPU when I have RDNA 5? Like, to give you guys an idea, so like Strix Halo, already a monstrous chip. I'm telling you, Medusa Halo makes Strix Halo look silly. Like, that's how much power we're going to be getting.
That's a powerful statement.
So is it as big of a jump as we've seen from, like, let's say a Z2 or HX370 to 395, or is it a bigger jump from 395 to
yes,
Medusa?
yeah. So so for a few different ways. So RDNA 2, RDNA 3.5, even RDNA 4 when you look at it. But all the things that we have are still strictly RDNA 2, RDNA 3, RDNA 3.5. All of these are still using old stuff from I love open air eGPUs. All of the ways that we look at this through the lens of their ray tracing capabilities are heavily terrible. They're just bad, right? Like ray tracing on AMD.
Yeah.
I was wondering, like, where's he going with this?
Like, yeah, I'm like, I'm trying to be generous sometimes, and I'm like, you know what? It's just garbage. It's just cold garbage. What it is. RDNA 5 is like 13 times better in ray tracing performance, and specifically ray tracing performance. I don't mean that like you're going to get 10x FPS, right? That's not the case. What I am telling you is that if you were playing a game where it was rendering and the ray tracing component was taking 25 milliseconds, let's say it's taking 33 milliseconds, right? So that would be 30 FPS worth of time that it's doing that. That means that on RDNA 5, it's going to be 3 milliseconds to do that render in ray tracing.
Wow.
It's an order of magnitude. You move the decimal point over 1. That's RDNA 5, right? That's just ray tracing. I didn't even talk to you about raster, right? And then Medusa Halo is 48 CU. It is effectively as powerful, close enough to what the next generation PlayStation 6 full console is. Like, that's what I'm trying to tell you is there's going to be a capability of having a handheld that will be as strong as a PS6 full-on console, not the PS6 handheld, the full PS6 console. That's what Medusa Halo is promising us based on what we've heard so far. To give you an idea.
That's mind-blowing, dude. Like, that's like...
You really care about a DGPU. It's like, for me, I'm thinking about this. Like, I have all these eGPU solutions, but I'm thinking to myself, I have so many Switch Halo things right now, right? But like, when I think of myself having Medusa Halo, I'm like, what do I even care? Yeah. Like, I'm gonna have FSR 5, I'm gonna have better ray tracing, I'm gonna have this meaty, like beefy raster path. What do I care at that point? Like, to the point of, you know how many people like stand for Switch 2 because DLSS 2 is doing such a good job with image quality. Even if it's running at 30 FPS, the resultant image quality is very good for what it's doing. It's genuinely impressive. Like, I don't want to mince words here. When you're running Switch 2 and handheld, it's taking around 7 watt TDP. Frankly, nothing. So what it's what it's doing is impressive. And FSR 5 is going to be like a very good DLSS competitor. So at what point, if I have all of this horsepower and a satisfactory ray tracing reconstruction and all the other stuff that comes with this next generation FSR 5 reconstruction path for ML and AI, and also just better like ray tracing capabilities, why do I care about a DGPU? I don't think I do. Like, if I have a 9070 XT and a Medusa Halo is going to probably be a little bit better than a 9070 XT.
Wow.
What do I care about a DGPU? So I look at these like eGPU solutions, and for most people, and 4090, I have a 4090. I bought I spent $1,700 on it. Why you got that's a sentence. I'm sorry.
That's GG, man. That's our buddy. Well, GG. You've been over there with them on Speedcast.
That's too funny.
He's hilarious, dude.
The ultimate thing that I'm trying to get across here is that Medusa Halo is going to be coming first. We're not going to see RDNA 5 for general APUs probably until somewhere into mid 2028 or even early 2029. We're only going to get the big beefy stuff that's going to be super expensive. Yes, they'll see them in handhelds, but they're also going to be super expensive that most people won't buy, and they'll be kind of iffy if they're going to even buy it at all. I'm going to be in the camp that has one, and I'm going to be super happy about it, and I'll be like saying all the things that are awesome about it. But the reality is, like, right now is a good time to buy. The Xbox LAX is a fine system to buy. I went on a long digression about this entire thing. I do apologize for speaking at length.
No, dude, we welcome it.
Yeah.
We welcome it, dude.
To finish this up, right? The Xbox LAX is a fantastic handheld at $1,000, especially with the prices of everything else out there. The Ally that you can get for like $400 with Z1E, the Z1E is still a fantastic chip. At $400, you're going to have a great time. Don't think so much about FSR 4 for that particular chip, or the eventual thing that's going to happen. Think about it more for at very best at Xbox LAX with 16 CUs. You really do need a lot more GPU grunt to help you get across the finish line. And that's basically it.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, I was gonna say you got me really excited about Medusa Halo because, the 395 was so close to like kicking my desktop off my desk.
Yeah,
and it was right there. It's right there, dude. But like hearing, what we have to come. I know the desktop is getting closer to the door. Like,
that's what I'm saying. Like, it's so much closer to having one system where you don't need a DGPU. You could, if you wanted to, right? If you wanted to just go absolutely nuts and just be like, hey, well, like, I want to like caveat this, right? There may be AMD has what they call AT0. Xbox LAX is the best bang for your buck right now. Yeah, I still really love it. Even when it came out day one, I still found that it had value compared to other handhelds at the time. So I still think that the Xbox LX is a solid handheld, and they still have a lot of support that especially Xbox themselves are putting behind it. We're probably going to hear more information sometime soon. But when we think about like everything that's available and what people things are so expensive, reducing all of your stuff down to like one thing where you have a portable system that is your full-blown desktop, and then you can like take it with you and then have all of your stuff on there, is immensely powerful. And then we start thinking about the Steam frame on it, or XR glasses where you can have a bigger.
Oh my god!
Yes, you have all of these things where people that have, like, I don't have the most space in the world where I live. So having smaller things is valuable to me, and being able to, really concentrate stuff. So I'm very positive on the future stuff that's coming. We're in this weird contentious spot right now where if you really want power in the space, you really just got to spend money. And I understand that Strix Halo, like Win 5 or whatever, in a handheld is out of reach for most people. And I know people that have like nickname from the GPD Discord. His GPD Win 5 busted. He had to send it back to GPD for them to fix. He had to spend $100 to ship it to them. They shipped it back for free, but he was also out for a month. And that sucks, right? You're going to spend $1,700, $1,800 on a handheld, and then it busts. And then you have to spend $100. It sucks. And it's not for everybody. That's why I kind of, even when my people gave me some flack, they were like, why didn't you show the GPD Win 5? Why didn't you feature the GPD Win 5 in the Forza Horizon 6 video that you did? And the reality is that no one really has a GPD Win 5. Like, I showed off the Steam Deck and the Xbox LIX because that's just what the mainstream is. And that's what most people are going to be interested in, and that's what they're going to want to see. So that's why I do it. And also because YouTube wants me to show that stuff. They don't really want me to show anything else. So that's really what it comes down to, and where most of people are. But we're in a much better place in the future eventually.
I have a question for you. So, because I hear you when you talk about the GPT Win 5, and I granted, I understand, like, when you got the GPT Win 5, it was still that $1,500-$1,600. Like, dude, is it hard to recommend them now at $2,431 as an entry level, 32 gigs?
Yeah, at $1,600, it was easier for me to do because I was like, okay, it's 5 times better than a Steam Deck, clearly. Also, it's just a monstrous machine. So if you get 64 gigs of RAM on it, that's a full desktop replacement. You'll be happy. You'll be quite happy just using this as your desktop. And truthfully and certainly, that is completely possible. And so it was a lot easier for me to recommend then. At $2,400, with the problems that could arise with the warranty issues, you have to pay to send it to GPD. GPD is not going to eat that cost for you. They will ship it back to you today for free. So it's only pay for one way. But you're also going to be out with it for a month. And then you have the worry of like, oh man, like, is it going to get there? Is this thing going to get to China? Then you have that.
Am I going to get hit with a tariff on the way back?
Yeah. So there's just all this cruft on there that it becomes something that I relate to people. And I'm going to tell them honestly what's going to happen in the event of something happening. So, sometimes it's better just to buy from Amazon, but then there's a premium on Amazon. So now you're going to be paying even more. And it's like, it becomes harder and harder to recommend is basically what it comes down to.
So my last question, real quick, man. I'm sorry, brother. I'm so sorry. I just have one last question. I know you're gonna move us away from this topic, so I'm just trying to nail these in really quick.
I wasn't.
Oh, you're not. Oh, well, go ahead then. Keep us in this topic.
I'm gonna get 3 words and you're gonna cut me off. So
Oh, don't be a delicate flower, not today. Because if you do, I got a solution for you.
Okay? No, it's actually along the same path. But you asked your question because it is kind of in a different, but it's along the same path for what we're talking about before, but not where we're at with 3.5.
Mine is a very short question. So basically, all I wanted to know is
it's the Phawx. It's nothing short questions, bro.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. I said short question. I didn't say short answer.
Yeah. Sorry.
So basically, what is the lowest spec of RAM you would recommend for anybody buying a 395 device?
Oh, that's a good question, dude.
32 gigs is the lowest I would recommend. 32 gigs is fine, especially for most people. If you care about any local LLM type of activity that you want to do, you should really go up to like 96 gigs as a better point. If you don't care about local LLM stuff, then 32 gigs is honestly all you need. Going up to 64 gig is kind of a weird no man's land of recommendability.
Interesting.
Okay.
That's interesting. So
one more question. No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
My question was was along kind of the same lines. We were talking about the Xbox LIX and the value it is, right? With this thing being at $1,000, what do you consider the value, or how much is OLED and 8 more gigs of RAM worth to you? And this is the reason why I'm asking this specific question with this in regards to the Xbox LIX is we all agreed it's probably the best bang for the buck, right? And we're talking about what's available on Best Buy and stuff. And today when I was looking, if it loads, what I saw,
Legion Go 2.
No, the iNeo 3.
Oh,
$12.99 with 32 gigs of RAM
direction.
and OLED. So $300 more, you get an iNeo 3 plus you get the modules. So I
would still go the Xbox LAX
because of support, or because I saw this, I was like, oh wow,
that's actually a good price. That's a really good price. But the OLED panel on there, as far as I'm aware, is portrait based. No VRR.
Oh, that one is portrait. Okay.
Yeah, so
it is portrait. It's the most beautiful OLED I've ever seen on handheld, but it is portrait and it has no VRR.
Yeah, so I would. It's unfortunate that the Lenovo Legion Go 2 with OLED, that OLED panel that they have, which is VRR and a landscape-based display, is like gotten so crazy expensive that it's like I can't even think about recommending it to anyone. But it's a fantastic display for those things, and it was like $1,300 for a hot second. And it was like, okay, if you really want it, that's kind of okay. But then at $1,300, you were like $200 away, $300 away from a GP2 Win 5. And I was like, it was always in this like no man's land of like, I am performance first over display tech.
Mm-hmm.
There are some things that are coming in Computex. So, but then the prices might be outrageous. So who knows?
Yeah.
What do you think about the route that Lenovo is taking right now with the pricing on all their x86 devices?
It suggests to me that Lenovo is cooling off in this market, and the prices are a basic it's a reverse fire sale where they're not trying to sell to anybody; they're just selling to whoever wants that gear and make whatever money they can make from it, and then kind of not full exit, but at least take a step back from this market. Because I think Asus owns it a bit more than they do, and I think they have the metrics to know it, and MSI does as well. But MSI has a relationship with Intel, so we might see Panther Lake something from them. I don't know, but
that makes Matt happy.
I am Team Claw since the AI Plus came out at $2.
It's a very good handheld.
It all the time, so
it really is a fantastic handheld. And so like Lunar Lake, on package memory, everything about it is very performant and very good on power. It takes some hits on some of its driver compatibility stuff, which they still have to pick up on. Mm-hmm. Panther Lake does better, but Panther Lake is really like more of an answer to Strix Halo than it is to HX370.
Yeah, I'm so. I can't wait to get the pricing on.
I mean, dude, like, you just sell stuff at this point. Like, I knew, like, truthfully, so this is a thing that I have contention with. I don't sell review gear ever. As a point of principle, I don't sell it because the implication there is money for review type of thing. So I have all of my gear as it was. At that same token, I'm like, what if I just took out the NVMe stuff and just sold the NVMe sticks on there? Like, I'll still have the hardware. Really good. But these 2 terabyte sticks that are sitting in here are primo dollars.
That's really good. It's really funny shit. I love that.
I'm fighting with that internally. So, yeah, I don't like selling review gear at all. So I just hold on to it or give it away.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I wish I had the room to keep all the review gear. I wish I
did. It's a legitimate problem. Like I have, like it's
not that bad. You just got to get yourself a big box,
dude. Yeah.
Oh, what happens when you have multiples of those?
Put
boxes,
in the basement,
dude. Yeah, like it's a genuine problem. It's like a weird. I think the thing that really bothers me the most is that there has been for sure cases, not even like, like, oh, I wonder if they did. There are for sure cases. And I've actually had YouTubers kind of come against me because I am strictly no sponsorship type of guy. I don't like sponsorships. Yeah, it could be. Generally, it could be. I don't like sponsorships. I don't mind sponsorships I don't do sponsorships. But for people that do sponsorships, if you're doing like a VPN thing and you're going to be talking about a handheld, though, there's no conflict of interest there. So no problem. Go ahead. I do find it to be a conflict of interest of like when companies say like, hey, can you review this? We'll pay you money. I strictly don't do that. I don't like doing that. And I got pushback from a lot of people, like YouTubers, that like get paid big money for it. It doesn't matter. Like for me, on principle, I don't do it. So when I try to go into that sense of it, like when I get review gear and like how you guys have, right, a ton of stuff, people when they see it, they're like, oh, but you got that thing for free. And I'm like, dude, I have so much gear that it's just time for me. And I spend so much time making these reviews that I got to be honest with you, this is a waste of my time, generally speaking.
It's a wash, dude.
Yeah,
like, it's an absolute
It's a wash at best,
like,
a lot of the time.
Dude, at best, yes, bro. Yes.
And I get it.
They're a prop. They're like, it's literally, it's a vehicle to show people what you can do. It's not, honestly, you get nothing out of it.
Yeah, I would pay companies as long as I can get stuff early. It's like, that's the only thing I like. If you don't want to send it to me, fine. Let me pay you money just so that I could meet embargo, because I need to be there on time rather than anything else. I don't really care about anything else. But there's this whole thing about that. And I know that there's, the whole like, what's the word? Shill type of thing, shill mentality. Like, oh, you're just saying that because you got paid. Oh, you're just saying that because X, Y, Z. I get it, because people do it. So there's this whole thing of like fighting back against that. But at the end of the day, it's a lot of work, and it's exciting for people like when you first get into it. But truthfully, it's just work at the end of the day. It's a weird place to be in, and I don't really like it. I have my own contentions.
It's just obligations, dude. It's just more and more obligations.
I'm going to tell you something. There is a genuine fear, and this is not like I genuinely fear this, because I have so much things that I am worried that one of these batteries are just going to explode.
Dude.
And start a fire. Like,
dude.
I have so many of these that these are now like liabilities. Like, I'm just like, I don't. That's where my headspace is. Right now.
That's spicy pillow, brother.
Yeah. Like, I'm looking around every now and again. I'm just like, is this going to be a bad situation? It's I have way too many lithium batteries, specifically in this very room.
Statement. I have way too many lithium batteries.
It's
a really quick thing. It's like, oh my god. Another thing that I think a lot of people don't pay attention to or don't focus on, because it's so easy to focus on the reviewer and think that you're shilling because you got this product for free. But and what is shilling? It's being biased, right? You can also be biased when you spend your money on something, right?
Oh yes,
because you want it to be good. You know, you spent your money on it, so now you need it to be good. And so I think a lot of people don't really, pay attention to that aspect of it. And, and the fact is, it's like Monto said, it literally, it's a wash at best for reviewers, because there's a lot of time goes into this stuff.
It works in both ways. It's a very weird situation where people like, oh, you bought that, so I can trust you now, or oh, you said bad things about this, so that means you're trustworthy. If you say good things, you're lying. If you say bad things, you're telling the truth. And I've said
it's all projection.
I've said, when the first MSI Claw came out, I got that, and I just panned it real bad. I mean, I went to town on it. I remember because the first time I went to Computex, I met someone from MSI, and she looked at me and she goes, "I know you." And I was like, "Oh no."
I know.
I know.
Funny.
I like squinty.
That's too funny. So I would say I don't know if I agree that it's a wash, because average guesstimation. How much do you guys put into time? Do you put into each video? Say, Carrie, how much time on average? Just even on the low end, how much time you put into a video?
Over a week.
Over a week. Okay, so say roughly.
I do 20 to 40 hours.
Yeah, so let's say 40, 45 hours a week, right? Too loud?
Yeah, per device, I would say, it's a long time. I'm really horrible editor. Like, I drag ass in editing.
It takes time.
Yeah, just imagine you got paid $10 an hour. That's $400 a week. That doesn't wash out when you're spending 40 hours on a $60 Amberneck.
It does.
$100 Amberneck.
Yeah, you know what I mean? There's
I
not
was
a wash
thinking
there.
x86s, but let's go into those Linux handhelds.
Yeah.
Oh, brother.
Yeah. You know what I mean? It's not a. It's no.
That's brutal, right? That's the one that I think that's one thing that I genuinely hate is there are times I forget what the hell it was. The mechanic what's the one that came out with on the Steam Deck? He made like a clip that has like a whole clip-on system.
Mechanism.
Yeah. Before it was called something else before he switched over to Mechanism. He had sent me some stuff, and I kid you not, I made that video in 20 minutes. I didn't care. I was just like, oh yeah, let me clip this on. Here's the battery. Let me shake it around. Yeah, it's kind of cool. This is kind of neat. I did it in 20 minutes. It got like 100,000 views. And I'm like, what the hell? Like, I spend no time on this. And then videos where I'm like pouring my heart and soul into it, and it's like 2,000 views. I'm like, just want to flip tables over. And it's like, none of this makes sense.
10 of 10.
Yeah. You're like, all right.
That's really funny. And and I'm still new, but my best performing video was a AI Plus Claw upgrade video. Do you remember that too? I shot it with like an iPhone 15 in my garage, just like a little handmade hit stick and a terrible microphone, and it's the best performing video I still have to this day. And it's just that's really funny you say that.
You didn't script, you were like all off the dome, like you were just like
it was, dude. I do all of my stuff is unscripted because I don't have the time for it. Like I just go, and I'm just like, I have like beats that I know. I'm like, okay, talk about this, talk about that, talk about this, talk about that. And I'll just go. And then I'll just be like, okay, in editing, chop, put it all together, put some stuff on top of it, render, go out. That takes me, I've only been able to do like a video a week at best for the previous past. Like you can just take a look at my stuff. It's like one video a week. Yep. And that's all I can do with my job. It just takes time. And then there's lots of things that I'm doing on x86 where I kid you not, I have stuff like actual scripting where it's done for years now, where it will do things and collect data. And then I'll create bar graphs and all the other stuff. But that still takes time. Like I'm like legit, like when I'm doing battery testing, it's like, oh, good, you have an 80 watt hour battery. That's going to take me 24 hours just in battery tests. Like, like
there's so much that goes on off camera.
Yeah,
like because we
so
want to be
time
analytic.
consuming. It's incredibly taxing and time consuming. But I do it because I'm just genuinely interested. Like I care. Like I'm like nerdy like that. Like that's my jam. I just do it. I don't make any money from YouTube. I don't take sponsorships, and my ad revenue is nothing. Like absolutely nothing. So like I just do it because it's fun. And truthfully, like there's people from Xbox that I talk to, and I'm just like, oh, that's kind of cool. Like, neat. Like, that's more fun to me than anything else.
Yeah, you value the relationships, right? Like,
honestly, like, me being out, like, I have talked to people at Asus straight to their face, and I was like, you guys should make a gaming phone. And I don't think that they're doing that. Like, no one will do. I have asked so many companies to make a gaming phone, and they just won't do it. And I will never get that. Maybe I will one day. But
when you say gaming phone, are we talking like Xperia Play? Like
yes, new Xperia Play. Yeah, okay, slide out gaming phone. I talk about it every time, and it bothers me to no end that all these companies are like, oh well, we tried, and no one's buying our stuff. And they're like, yeah, you made a rectangle, and there's already more popular rectangles. Can you try something that hasn't been done? Like, please, just do something interesting. Like. For instance, then it's kind of a dicky thing for me to do, right? Like I go to an Asus event where they're showing off Asus stuff, and I bring my GPD Win 5, and I say shit to them like, for those who dare, and show them a Strix Halo handheld, like, and then they get mad at me, but I do it in love. Like I want Asus to make Strix Halo handhelds. That's what I do.
Who let this guy in?
Yeah. But it's a dicky thing for me to do, but I do it with love, and I'm a lovable asshole when in certain regards. Like I'll push. I'm a habitual line stepper.
We need that though. We need that. We need them to be ready to step outside of the box. Like, let's not always go with the norm. Like, let's step
I want
outside.
them. Yeah, I mean, I love everything that Asus has done. They have done a lot. For what it's worth, the ROG Ally X, not the Xbox Ally X, the things that Asus did for the ROG Ally X, truly phenomenal. Like going to the 80 watt hour battery with the weight that they did it at. There is still to my knowledge, any 80 watt hour device that is the weight class of an ROG Ally X. The design that they did on it, I actually prefer it over the Xbox Ally X. Everything that they did for it, and they talked about like why they didn't do displays and stuff, why they kept on using a certain one that they have. Totally understand and on board with it. I still wish for them to do OLED, and I express that to them. And I say, everything, but I mean, like everything is within, constraints, and I get it. But at some point, it's like I bring up Strixhaler and they're like, no one's going to buy that. And I'm like, yeah, but I mean, like, there's enthusiasts and, obviously people are buying it because people buy the GPD-1.5 and they're like, yeah, well, GPD can have that. And I'm like, all right, well, cool, I guess. So that's nice for GPD. But I want stuff. And I did it for like when I went to Gamescom and I was talking to Xbox people directly. I gave them the business. I gave them no end of business. I was like, you guys, like the controller is a second-class citizen here. You guys gotta make it so that there's mouse emulation somewhere, and they have that now, but not to the like. I still give them crap. I'm like, great, you did that, but you can do better. Like all of this, like you're getting beat up. Your Linux, your CPU scheduler, it's trash. Linux is beating you up. Just take a look at that. Now they have that K2 project, which probably aligns more with Xbox Helix. So they're doing things, and it's like I will push on them, and I will give them no end of grief, but I do it from a place of love. I'm not doing it just to be an ass. I'm doing it because I want it to be better. That's where I care about more. I like that I can have a voice that I can speak to people that might actually be able to do something. And for real, like out of all of this stuff, I make no money from it. I don't care about like the amount of work. I geek out on it. But if I could change one thing for the better, I really hope that is one thing that I could do.
Put a dome.
Are you
D-pad
excited
on
for the
everything
direction?
Forever.
Oh God.
Wait, what?
Are you excited about the direction that Windows is headed right now?
The new stuff that they've been talking about with the K2 project specifically, where they directly referenced meeting and exceeding the performance on Linux, suggests to me that they have real goals of what they know they need to accomplish and beat, which suggests to me that there is this world of stuff that they need to satisfy. So CPU scheduler needs to be due, ACP stuff, all power related schema stuff needs to be uplifted and redone and improved upon. So there's a lot of stuff that needs to be done there. And if they succeed, that is going to be very good news for people that are on Windows, because that is a sore point as it is right now, especially compared to where Linux is. So yes, what the things that they're saying are promising. Will they actually deliver on that? We will have to wait and see.
Yeah. So another question, just back on the Windows front. Do you believe that the things that they're doing right now with the Xbox Ally X is like laying the groundwork for Helix? Like with the Auto SR, with the Xbox mode, with the...
So for me, like if you take a look, so like go ahead and look up Windows K2 project. They said that it's going to be complete in 2 years. If you look at the time frame, that pretty much lines up when the Xbox Helix launches. So it seems to me that this whole project is actually more in line with Xbox Helix, more so than Xbox Ally X. So their console, which is going to be this hybrid of it plays Xbox games, but it also plays PC games. This, if Microsoft can sell this particular chip at a very good cost, let's say they hit $1,000 for this console, people might say, goodness gracious, $1,000, that's too much for a console. But if it's a PC as well, again, I was talking all crazy about Medusa Halo, right? Like, oh, Medusa Halo is going to be fantastic. Xbox Helix is like 1.5 times Medusa Halo.
Right? Oh my God.
Yeah. So to give you an idea of like, and it's gonna have 48, like it's monstrous what is coming there. So if they can make $1,000 console that is 1.5 times Medusa Halo, all of a sudden you're like, wait a minute, and it plays PC games, and it's like, oh, all right, let's remove away from Medusa Halo. You guys know what an Nvidia 5080 is,
right?
Yeah.
The Xbox Helix is close to a 5080 in graphics performance, to give you an idea. Now think about that: a full system for $1,000. Yes, it's coming out in 2027.
Cost $1,000. That card, you can't get that card for under $1,000.
That's what I'm saying. Is like you can have a complete system that runs PC games. So for me, like that is super exciting, absolutely exciting. If this whole thing materializes, who knows if the chip is actually going to be what it is? Who knows if the RAM is going to be what it is? Who knows if it actually is a hybrid and actually does play all of your Xbox games and plays PC games? And then they have their Positron thing, which is a reincarnation of their original Xbox One plans from 2013. I don't know if you guys remember that whole fiasco where physical games would just be digital. You buy a physical game, you put it in, and it would actually just be a license that gets attached to your account, and then you can just throw that physical disc away. That looks like that's coming back. I have been buying Xbox Series games from GameStop. I bought this for $3. This is the Callisto Protocol.
Come on.
Dude, no one like Xbox is getting pounded on. Everyone knows Xbox is in last place in the console space. But what that translates to is all these games are dirt cheap. So if Positron does come out, I'm just going to digitize all of these like $3 games that I've been buying from GameStop and just throw them all away. And like, sweet, like, great. Now I have this larger library on.
That's brilliant, man. Because you know,
now you went from 10,000 games to 20,000.
That very same Callisto Protocol, the digital version is still going to be $20, right? And you got that's brilliant, man.
That's if this whole thing happens, right? There's only been a rumor that that's going to be the case, but there's all of these things that I think Microsoft has a real chance when they look at it through the lens of, oh, it's also a PC. If it's just a console, I don't see this selling at all. Like, no one cares. It needs to also be PC. Yeah. When I say it needs to be PC, I mean quite literally it needs to play Steam, your Steam library. Yeah, quite literally 100%. How that all is going to materialize, I have no idea. Does that mean that the Xbox Helix actually needs to be more expensive because they're not going to make as much sales on Xbox games because people are going to buy Steam? Like, oh, thanks Microsoft for the your subsidized console. Let me go buy Steam games on this thing now.
Yeah,
that's going to happen. So, what is the price going to do? Is that going to increase costs? Possibly, yes, maybe. Will it be $1,500? Possibly, but it would still be cheaper than a PC that is as capable as that as well. Who knows what the price is going to be? I have no idea. But it's still a very compelling new product that is coming out from Microsoft. And with all the things that they're talking about, I feel like they're banging on all cylinders and things are, I'm optimistic. We have to it remains to be seen if they're actually going to accomplish what they do.
I'm optimistic. While you were saying that, I was thinking to myself that, the fact that it could potentially also be a PC, I think that they would have to charge more for that console because they'll also lose Gamepad, not Game Pass, but like the subscriptions of users that only buy Game Pass because they need the online aspect of it, right? Because I'm pretty sure on console we still need that. You still need that membership in order to get online with your friends. So they'll lose that on a PC based system.
Yeah, potentially. Yeah, I mean, there is that total run. The thing is that Game Pass needs an Xbox. If you did not have an Xbox, they lose a significant portion of Game Pass subscribers because there is nothing there for those people that were Game Pass subscribers. And I'm not talking about Game Pass Ultimate. I'm talking about the lowest end version. So there are people that just genuinely like it and pay for it and play on it, and they are glued to that. And that number is about 30 million or so. Jeez. So a significant number, right? It's not like it's an insignificant number. There's a lot behind there. That just means that they have more, value. When you play Steam PC games, you don't need to pay for anything. But if you were to play an Xbox game with multiplayer, chances are that they might relax that restriction, which would put pressure on PlayStation and Nintendo, because now you have kind of a reverse situation where Xbox Live for 360 cost money and PS3 was free online, and now we're going to have a reversal of that. Potentially, I don't know. Who knows? I don't know where they're going, but you raise a valid point. They will have to do something because people just go on Steam like, well, if I buy the Steam version, I don't have to pay a monthly subscription to play online. Why would I buy the Xbox version? So you do raise a valid point.
Interesting.
Did you see that they recently did that partnership with Nitro, Discord Nitro, where now
I'm glad
Game Pass you get Nitro?
I'm glad that they took that direction because I don't use Nitro at all. So I have Game Pass Ultimate, and if I got a Nitro subscription from my Game Pass Ultimate, I would just be like, oh, please spend that money somewhere else better. So for Discord Nitro people to get a Game Pass Lite subscription out of it, I like that direction better because I don't care about Discord Nitro. But for Discord Nitro already subscribers, I hope that they can get some benefit from the 50 kind of old games that come included.
It's better than nothing, right? Because you're already paying for Nitro.
Yeah, if it just comes with like cool, awesome. Like it's a very limited set of value. I think that weird rumor of like Netflix and Game Pass is a little bit more interesting. How they would materialize it, I don't know. The most clear path of how that makes the most sense for me is on the Netflix app, you would just have Xbox Cloud already integrated into it, and then you would just stream games through the Netflix app as the most like straightforward path. Because like otherwise it just doesn't make much sense to me. Like who the hell would like have a Netflix subscription and like, oh sweet, I get Game Pass with it. It seems more of like a cloud only type of thing that makes more sense. How that would work in reality, I have no idea.
Matt, you being an old Xboxer, how are you feeling about all of the recent Windows updates and things coming down the pipeline?
I was super hesitant when Asher Sharma took over. I read the rumors about her there to sunset Xbox and all that stuff, and she's clearly making changes for the better. She's doing things. When Game Pass Ultimate got up to $30, you and I had a conversation. I was like, no, man, no, I'm just not, and I ended up keeping Game Pass PC because that's predominantly what I play on. My kids are PC gamers. We have a PS5. We don't really play on it anymore. I don't have my Xbox anymore because I wasn't playing, because I play everything on PC. The changes, these little changes, like when we're seeing with the full screen experience, I want them to continue to progress with that. Yeah, cool. They said, we save 2 gigs of RAM now when you're running full screen experience, but that's it. The user experience is not there. And it's silly stuff. Like the icons look like dog shit compared to what you see on Steam or something like that, but they can improve on that. So I hope they continue to improve. I do like the direction they're going in. We need a Gears game. We need a Gears game or something like that to make them stand out. We need something to make them stand out because, Sony's just killing it. Sony's just putting this stuff out. It's just coming out with the exclusives and stuff. And it's, I think that was part of an issue for Xbox going away from that, or everything's an Xbox, and they killed that campaign now. But we need Gears. We need a better Halo. I want to see some other stuff come back.
I'm so upset about Halo. Halo is
talk about a fall from grace.
Infinite is dog shit.
It boggles my mind, dude. Like, I love Halo so much. Like, I mean, it's like like right there. Like it's like in the middle of my rack because Halo 1 was such a big game for me on Xbox, and then Halo 2, I played so much multiplayer in Halo 2, and the lobby system, everything that Bungie did was just exquisite. And then Halo 3 was like, these guys were just banging on all cylinders nonstop. And could you imagine, right? Could you imagine? Like, I want to just paint the picture for you, right? PlayStation, they come in and people are like, what is this? And it's like, oh, actually, this is pretty cool. And then Sony's like, you know what we need? We need a mascot. What about Crash Bandicoot? Oh, I guess that didn't work. What about Jack and Daxter? Oh, I guess that didn't work. Oh, what about Sly Cooper? Oh, I guess that didn't work. What about Ratchet and Clank? Oh, I guess that didn't work. Oh, what about God of War Kratos? Maybe, I don't know. Oh, what about Astrobot? Yeah, I guess people see that. Like, they tried and failed a bazillion times to get a mascot. Xbox on day one, Master Chief comes in and is like, I'm the silhouette of Xbox. What's up? Yeah. Everyone knows
he
it.
Looks totally badass. Dude.
Yeah, like exactly. Yeah, dude. I just see Matt right now. Like I was like in the stock, and I just looked at
Master Chief.
Like Master Chief is Xbox. Master Chief.
Take it off before you die in there, bro.
Sweating his ass off.
So how could Microsoft, who be given this amazing gift of having this evergreen property just handed to them, Bungie coming in, Halo 1, Halo 2, Halo 3, just knocking it out of the park, back to back to back, and then just be like, oh, actually, so long, Bungie. We made 343, and 343 just torpedoes this thing into the ground. And then they're like, oh, let's make a TV show. And they're like, okay, what do you want to do? And they're like, oh, we want to do our own thing. We don't even want to care about the game. And they're like, yes, that's exactly. We don't care what you do. Just do nonsense for a TV show. Show his ass, show his face. Yeah, whatever. Yeah,
his face in the first episode. First episode.
It boggles my mind how they could not care. Like, everyone gives Todd Howard a lot of crap, with all the a lot of Darth Master. Everyone gives Todd Howard a lot of crap for all the things that Bethesda happened. Like, I think Todd Howard has been a positive force for Bethesda, but you look at what Todd Howard has done for Fallout, the TV series, like to say, oh, actually, this is canon with the Fallout games. Now, all of a sudden, I, as a person who liked Fallout 3 and Fallout 4, even though they had problems, now I'm watching the TV show, and it's like, oh, actually, everything that happened in the TV show also happened in the game. And I don't know why that's such a controversial thing for like people to make for games. So yeah, I don't know how Microsoft could have messed up Halo so badly.
They screwed the pooch on that.
They did.
Before we wrap it up, super important question. What's your favorite pizza shop? Who has the best slice in New York?
I like. All right, this may not be a big one. My personal preference, which is more of a Noblidon style, is from a place called Keste. They're expensive, but I like them. Keste. Keste is. I like their pizza a lot. It's for the value of it. It's not there. It's very good. If you want a more traditional pizza slice, Ceres got pretty popular because of what's his face, Barstool Reviews guy,
Dave Portnoy.
Yeah. That one has a line, so anytime you go there, it's like you better place your order like at 3 hours before you wanted it, and then come back there to get your order. It's okay. It's hard to find. Then you have some places on Bleecker Street that are pretty good. So Keste is probably the one that I would just generally recommend because no one actually hears about it.
That sounds awesome. Some dude, some random dude sells pizza in Hoboken. I don't know who that guy is.
New Jersey has
live chat out. What's going on?
New Jersey has good pizza. New Jersey does have good pizza, but it's also New Jersey.
Oh my god! Favorite topping?
Yeah, that's the price you pay.
New Jersey gets a lot of crap, but they kind of deserve it as well. Favorite topping? I'm probably very simple. I like just a regular cheese pizza. If I go anywhere else from that, I'll just do pepperoni.
Tula?
What kind of pep? You like the Scoopy Peps?
Yeah, those fancy
people. Cup pepper, Scoopy. Scoopy pepper. Get the hell out of here with that crap.
I just want to say for the record, he said it twice as many times as I did.
No, I just prefer the regular. What's funny is 2-3 jobs ago, as an Italian-owned company, and we had some people that came from Italy, and we got at a pizza party with all the people that came from the Italy headquarters. And one of the guys I was talking about, he's like, we do not have pepperoni in Italy. And I was like, oh yeah, so what do you call it? He goes, salami. I said, so what do you call salami? He goes, salami. And I'm like, they're two different things. Like salami and pepperoni are completely different. You can't just call them all salami.
Really funny.
Salami. Salami. Yeah. And then my boss at the time, I remember we were just shooting the shit, and he out of nowhere he goes, oh, but who was Alfredo? And I was like, Fettuccine Alfredo? I was like, I thought you guys knew who he was. I don't know who this guy is.
Too funny.
Then I also learned this fun fact. They don't have chicken parmesan in Italy.
Yeah, that's an American thing.
It is an American. Its origin is American. It is an American food, which is amazing to me because chicken parm is one of my favorite dishes. And it makes me happy that it's like, oh, actually, it's like, because American food always gets trashed on. They always say, you have plastic cheddar and all this other stuff, even though we do have really good cheeses. But we actually have really good Eggs Benedict. What else we have? We have there's a specific chicken parmesan can be kind of construed as a schnitzel with whatever. So there's origins from other stuff, but these things are distinctly American. And then we have barbecue, of course. So there's lots
of barbecue, brisket.
We own that.
Yeah,
we own that one.
We actually do have a lot of good foods. Yes, absolutely correct. 100% correct.
That's hilarious.
Chicken parm is 100% my favorite, and I would. This is a personal thing of mine. I rank pizza places not by their pizza, but by their chicken parm. And that's because
you got
really quick. This a plate for instance, it's 40th Street, 50th Street. It's called Five Napkin something. Five Napkin. Their onion rings. Their onion rings are unreal good. Their burgers are also good, but man, their onion rings are
I love
fantastic.
some good onion rings, dude.
They make them like a volcano. It is fantastic. And if you were in New York, I would like these like the places. There's a sensational amount of places in New York to eat, but
you're making me hungry, Carrie.
I love that we unbox Carrie's fat guy. Is it a fat guy?
Dude, it's genuinely a problem for me. Like I need to take a look at the GP to Win Max review video of mine and look at how thin I was.
Look how thin I was. Yeah.
So have you guys? Okay, so really quick, my favorite pizza is actually recent to me, and it's a brisket pizza, and it's absolutely delicious. Like,
where do you get that from?
Super good. I'm in Missouri, so who knows? Somewhere in the backwoods, the ass crack of America.
Okay.
But it's absolutely delicious. It's brisket with barbecue sauce, jalapenos.
Dude, that sounds amazing.
It's really freaking good. Yeah. And then really quick, have you guys ever tried Parmesan crusted ribeye?
No.
Yes.
Whoa.
Yes.
Oh,
bro, and this is, don't get offended too loud,
dude.
but I've had it. I want to say I've had it at Texas Roadhouse or something like that. And it's just got a Parmesan crust. I'm sure it's not as nice as like a restaurant you went to, but it's really good. And it was only like $3 more to make a Parmesan crusted. But yeah, no, it's good.
Nice. I've had it there. It's good. But
hold on, hang tight. I've been to a Texas Roadhouse. What should I be getting there?
They ask you
Parmesan crusted
what?
Ribeye.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I go with like family sometimes to Texas Roadhouse. I get their country fried chicken with the white gravy because that's just like my jam. I absolutely love that.
I love country fried chicken with gravy. Yeah.
Oh, it's so good. And when they ask me, they're like, "Do you want white gravy or brown gravy?" I'm just like, white gravy. Like what?
Stop it.
Yeah. It's like different tiers here.
Yeah. Like, what do I look like? Do I look like a tourist to you?
I don't like white gravy.
Oh, you don't like white gravy?
Crazy.
Oh, I love white gravy.
Oh, dude. Wait a minute.
Like,
dude.
Yeah, get him out of here. Get him out of here, dude.
Get him out of here. Brown gravy has
that.
Brown gravy has its place. Like
French fries.
Poutine. There's been some good poutine that I've had. I went to Vancouver when Linus invited me over to LTX, his conference. And when I went to Vancouver, I was like, oh, let me get some poutine. And they didn't have very good poutine there. And then everyone's like, oh, yeah, you have to go to Montreal. But I've had good poutine in other places. New Jersey actually has, what do they call it? Disco fries? I think they call it disco fries. And it's basically poutine. But a lot of diners in Jersey have disco fries that you can get. And it's very good. Just chunks of mozzarella and stuff.
Nice. That's hysterical. Monto, you didn't answer. What's your favorite topping on pizza?
Man, it really depends on
the
like,
little
the
Scoopy pepperonis.
But I do fuck with the Scooby Peps.
Scoopy Peps.
They're pretty good. But usually like I gravitate towards like the various meat toppings and just like what kind of pops off the menu. That's usually the one I get.
And give me the pizza with every meat.
Yeah, well, so there's a limit where it's like if it's got like 5 meats or like
it's just
more, it's too much.
Yeah.
You guys are doing too much. You gotta like, it's a controlled chaos.
I'm Space Cadet. I'm imagining Monto saying, give me all the meat, right? And then while I'm imagining that,
you're imagining that. That's all you.
You gotta watch Monto's video of his recap of CES. And just go to the end and watch the last 45 seconds of it. He's talking about the AI robots at CES. You have to go watch that.
The freaky robots.
Yeah, don't.
You also have to go out to eat with Monto.
Yeah, don't watch it in front of the kids. Dude. Yeah. He's like 6 feet tall. He weighs 47 pounds, and he eats 6 pounds per meal. Yeah,
dude, man, that's awesome. Good for you. That's amazing. I watched him
put down 2 triple In-N-Out burgers. I was like, holy shoot.
Yeah, I was going to get a shake too.
Damn, that's awesome.
You don't got to pay for our food. We're good. He's like, I didn't.
Bro, I have to like eat nothing to like start losing weight. It's like the only good news for me is that if the apocalypse ever happens, I'm pretty set. Like I could live off
that's
like
how I feel.
4 calories a day. and I'd still be like, damn, I'm gaining weight. Like I should cut this down to 2 calories. I need to ration this one. Yeah. Good for you, man. I'm glad that you can eat and just keep that weight off. That's awesome, man.
I'm on the opposite side of Phawx, dude. I hate you, bro.
What is it because of the Scoopy Peps?
Yeah.
I'm out here getting all this flack.
I love In-N-Out. In-N-Out, I absolutely love. One of my favorite burger places.
It was good.
A lot of
we don't have them out here, man.
Yeah, they don't exist near me. So anytime I go on the West Coast, I always stop by. And I always like I talk to a lot of people from California, like In-N-Out kind of sucks. And I'm like, are you just saying that because you want less people to be going there so that you can actually start going there? Because every time I go there, it's packed. So I don't believe you when you say this.
Did we drive by when we were in Vegas at like midnight and it was slam packed still?
Yep.
Yeah.
A line around the block.
It was like midnight when we drove by.
Ridiculous, bro. Yeah. Ridiculous, dude.
I love In-N-Out. In-N-Out, like the first time I went to In-N-Out, 2012, I had to go. The company I worked for acquired a company, and I had to go to a data center to go take a look at what their stack was. And the first thing I did was stop at an In-N-Out in San Francisco. I remember it as clear as day. I got whatever meal I got, and I spent like $4 on a full meal. And I went to sit down. There was this young dude next to this kind of old, disheveled dude. And I was like, oh, all right, maybe it's his dad or his uncle or something. And he's just talking to him. I sit down. I take one bite, and then the young guy was like, all right, well, enjoy your meal, and then walked away. And I was just like, what? And then that guy, who I guess just turned out to be a homeless guy, starts just yelling at the top of his lungs. And I'm like, oh my God. Like, like, how do I leave my spot right now? Like, how do I do this nonchalantly? Because I don't want to be next to this. It was absolutely bizarre. Just seeing that.
My gosh.
But it was a delicious meal for $4. I do remember it being absolutely fantastic.
Oh my gosh.
No. This was a blast.
Wrap us up, brother.
Oh, yeah, I can go on here. Midnight. Yeah, I got.
Yeah. I want to go get a slice.
I'm hungry, and I'm hungry. I want some pizza. I want a steak now. I want chicken with gravy. Like, I want it all, brother. Oh, some onion rings. I want some phenomenal onion rings now too. Man,
I gotta stop.
This has been a blast. This has been. Yeah, no, I can't. I'm not even gonna tell that lie, Carrie. I can't stop. I love it. Well, guys, this has been a blast, dude. And Carrie, you have anything coming up here soon that you want people to look out for?
I'm working on an eGPU thing. No, I don't really have anything. You can catch me on my channel, the Phawx. I do deep dives into stuff periodically whenever it comes out. I talk a lot about Handhelds. That's it.
He's so modest. He's the best at it, and his link is in the bio.
Thank you.
So, Monto, what about you, bro?
Oh, I've put on the oxygen mask, and I'm diving deep into budget handhelds, man. Just a nice little cell phone with a $100 phone and a controller.
Nice.
And just letting this thing rip, seeing what we can run on budget handhelds these days. So working on that, and might do some more streaming. I don't know, man.
Dude, that's the way right now, man. We gotta play what we got. We gotta play what we got, man. Hey, Matt, what about you, buddy?
Oh my gosh, I have so much going on. I don't want to talk about it because this Carrie's here. So I'm playing with an Apex still.
Oh yeah. No, it's you totally get
Apex. I have my Odin 3 that I haven't even made any content on it because all I do, I can't put it down. I don't even play my Legion Go or the Apex. I just play the Odin 3 like nonstop. And that and just Lee and Handheld Horde and get these guys and Too Loud and all of them got me addicted to Game Native. And I got a bunch of XR stuff that I'm kind of diving into. I have a ton of crap on my plate, man. I don't even know where to start.
Just make a wheel. Make like a wheel.
Yes. What am I going to do next?
Yeah.
All right, fellas. Well, this has been a blast. Everybody out there, we appreciate you guys so much. We'll see you again next week on Thursday. And we're out, man. We love you guys.
Thanks for hanging, y'all.
Thanks for hanging.